the beautiful lady herself, our area director, and we all know how humble and wonderful personality she is, Shini Sunil ma'am, to please be on stage. Please come, ma'am. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the powerhouse of energy, our senior director consultant, Mr. D.S. Mehta, to please come on stage. Round of applause for him as well, ladies and gentlemen. Please come. We are so delighted to have you all on stage. The energy has just raised on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Our dignitaries are here with us. And also, I may request all the director consultant of our region to please be on stage, as you are taking care of our region. So we would like to acknowledge your contribution towards our region as well. So I may request Mr. Anil Jain, Mr. Alok Shankar Agarwal, Mr. Niket Saxena, Mr. Rajat Arora, Ms. Jagmeet Kaur, Mr. Namit Wadhwa, Mr. Yogesh Garg, Mr. Puneet Jain, Ms. Vishakha Jain, Mr. Ashwani Agarwal, Mr. Biju Joseph, Mr. Nikhil Katuria, Mr. Meenu Jain, and Mr. Ashish Ranjan Sahai to please be on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for all the amazing director consultant of our region. We are so delighted to have all our pillars of New Delhi region. So as we all can see, the wonderful personalities, the charming faces, the people behind the super success of our irrespective chapters are on stage. I may request everyone who has just joined, please settle down. So now, let's take the event forward with the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. We are going to take the blessings from Lord Ganesha for the super success of today's event, the wonderful exhibition, the entire TAP, and our upcoming year. So we may request all our dignitaries, Shini ma'am, Rao Saab, Sunil sir, D.S. Mehta sir, to please come forward for the lightning ceremony. What a beautiful ceremony. So let's take God's name to start the event, ladies and gentlemen. All together, Ganpati Bappa. So thank you so much to our wonderful dignitaries to be on stage. We are so delighted to have you, our wonderful, wonderful director consultants and all our directors. You just lighten up the energy. You just made this event, this stage more beautiful with a wonderful presence. Well now, as we all know, there is no event that is going to be completed without some beautiful entertainment in the house, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? We may once again request all the wonderful members who have just joined, so please settle down as soon as possible, because we have just begun the show, ladies and gentlemen. So now, we are having an amazing personality amongst us to give the opening performance of this event. Vidha Lal, a Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar awardee by Central Sangeet Natak Academy, is a Kathak exponent of Jaipur Gharana. She took her Kathak training under Tutleja Guru Srimati Gitanjali Lal from National Institute of Kathak, and later pursued higher training under Guru Shiksha Parampara and Guru Gitanjali Lal ji. So, presently, Vida is an executive board member of General Council of Sangeet Natak Academy and advisor member of Kathak Kendra, New Delhi. Vida Lal is a founder director of Kathak Resonance Dance Academy based in New Delhi and imparting the knowledge of Kathak to the next generation. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me present you Vida Lal ji on stage. Please give a round of applause for her, and thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. Please come. Before you start the performance, we would like to facilitate, acknowledge you, honor you. Please come, ma'am. Please be here. Let's give a round of applause to the beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. And I may request Shini ma'am to please be on stage to greet her and start this wonderful event with some honoring session amongst us. Please come, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. So we are two delighted, amazing, super gorgeous ladies entrepreneur on stage. So now, what could be the better thing to happen to start the event, ladies and gentlemen? So we may request Biju sir to please facilitate the bouquet to ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. So on the behalf of entire BNI family, we would like to facilitate Vida ma'am for being part of the event. And also, thank you so much for being part of the family for the event, ma'am. So Shiva Shakti, an introductory benediction in praise of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the one who holds river Ganga in his hair, locks the moon and the stars are his hair ornaments. He is the destroyer of evil from his third eye. The composition is written and composed by Dayanda Saraswati. It is uniquely designed in Kathak style by Guru Gitanjali Lal, choreographed by Vida Lal. So ladies and gentlemen, would you like to see the performance? Sure? Awaaz nahi aayi. Are we starting the performance? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. Let's have our gorgeous, our talented Vida Lal ma'am on stage. Can we have the music, please?
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. भो शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो 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 ओ शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो ओ शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो ओ शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो गंगाधर शंकर करुणाकर मामव भव सागर के किट दिम किट तक तोम तर किट तक तोम दिमिक किट दिम किट तक तोम तर किट तक तोम मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्व दिगंबर वेशित वेशा नृत्य निरंजन नृत्य नटेशा मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्व दिगंबर वेशित वेशा नृत्य निरंजन नृत्य नटेशा ऐशा सर्वेशा सर्वेशा
All right. So now, picture abhi baki hai doston. Now we are going to have Vida Halal with Tarana. Tarana is a form of singing in Hindustani music which interrupts the passive music through lyrical moments. It is a traditional Kathak piece that showcases graceful movements, intricate rhythmic footwork, and fast prowess. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again. Let's have Vidha Lalji on stage. Please give a round of applause to her. All right, to take the event forward, let me welcome What a commendable performance, ladies and gentlemen. What a commendable performance. So as we can see, everybody has given her standing ovation. Ma'am, please don't go. Please don't go. We don't want you to go. So this wonderful performance was composed by Guru Gitanjali Lalji, choreographed by Vidha Lalji, Rag Darbari Lal Teen Tal. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to present the memento to Vidha ma'am. So I may request Shini ma'am to please be on stage. Round of applause once again for two beautiful ladies, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Vidha ma'am. We'd like to acknowledge your wonderful stage presence and your contribution toward the art fraternity on stage through this memento and through the entire BNI family, Vidha ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for enlightening this wonderful event with your presence. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the formal part of our today's event. And for that, I may request my dear friend and my co-anchor of today, Priyanka, to please be on stage. So a round of applause for her as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Check. I think God has been really kind to me today. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I was expecting a louder reply from you all. I mean, that's the entire BNI family sitting in front of me, and I've always heard that you guys are really energetic enough. So one more time, can I hear that louder reply from you all? Good morning. Wonderful. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Priyanka Bhalla, and I hereby presents my heartiest welcome to each one of you. आप सभी का हार्दिक दिल से स्वागत करते हुए, अभिनंदन करते हुए, मिलना आपसे थोड़ी देर पहले था, but as I said, God has been really kind to me today. तो कोई नहीं, nevertheless, finally, I'm here, and I really loved the way you actually all stood up for that great performer Vidha ji. That was commendable. And if I request you all, can we all stand up for one more time? I mean, everyone, the entire BNI family. That's a family here, right? Or are you from a company? Or you call it as a family? Family? Is that a BNI family? So I would like to do a small exercise with you all people. Can I? So that's for all the family members out here, for the entire BNI family. Can we all join our hands with each other? आपके आजू बाजू जो भी खड़ा है एक बार उसका हाथ पकड़ लीजिए. Now bring those hands up in the air. That's the power of one beautiful family, and that's the power of one beautiful BNI family. Can we have 3 cheers for the same? Hip, hip! Hip, hip! One more time, louder this time. Hip, hip! एक बार अपने लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. All together. Thank you so much, sir. You all could take your seats. Okay, so this was just to pump up the energy. And I believe ये energy throughout पूरी शाम यहाँ पे बरकरार रहेगी. Yes or no? Yes? Okay. चलिए, with this, let me take the opportunity to introduce one finest individual we have here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Executive Director BNI, Mr. Sunil K. Can we all please put our hands together for him? Apart from his business, Sunil is actively engaged with BNI as District Director India in his role of overseeing the growth and finding new footprints for BNI in Northern India. He's already developed and successfully delivered more than 1,000 hours of leadership training. Please put your hands together one more time for Mr. Sunil K. for the welcome address.
अभी उठा हूँ नींद से तुम्हारा ख्वाब देख के, अभी उठा हूँ नींद से तुम्हारा ख्वाब देख के, अभी तुम एक ख्वाब हो, अभी पसे हिजाब हो, मैं छू के तुमको देख लूं, मैं छू के तुमको देख लूं कि सच में मेरे पास हो, मुझे थी जिसकी जुस्तजू वही मेरी तलाश हो।
Good morning, BNI. How's the start? Awesome, huh? Okay. एक BNI की गुरु बोलता है, शुरुआत BNI की मेंबरशिप से नहीं है, शुरुआत होती है जब आप BNI में जुड़ते हो, और लेकिन उसकी फायदा तब होता है जब BNI आपसे जुड़ता है. So with that, this journey we started around 8 years before. 8 years before we started, and today we are 800 plus. एक पिछले 1.5 साल से या 2 साल के आसपास हम लोग एक मिशन मोड पे चल रहे हैं, करेक्ट? आपके लीडर्स आपको बोल रहे होंगे नंबर्स, आई केयर, दिस, दैट, एवरीथिंग. So but then what we are came up together here is to celebrate I care, or otherwise I care about everyone in this particular room, so do that you care about each one else in the room. Is that right? Okay. So in that, guys, in that particular phase, we are around approximately 768 members at present in the system, and then we have around approximately 4 chapters coming up. So when we are going to make it 1,000 people? That side. Huh? September, koi kis saal ka? Okay. So to build up this particular event, we had put a lot of effort together. I wish to welcome every member of BNI North, East and West Delhi to celebrate TAP and I Care mission to their fullest. So I welcome each and every member of our family to this particular event. And this is for you. While putting this together, there are challenges, correct? Challenges के बगैर business में क्या मजा है, correct? वरना हम लोग सब नौकरी कर रहे होते. Hello? Is that right? हमें तो अच्छा लगता है, correct? जब pressure हो, challenge हो, BP ऊपर जाए, या ये सब अच्छा लगता है ना? तभी तो हम लोग मतलब normal life छोड़ के we are sitting in this particular room and we are creating wealth. Do you know how much wealth we created in the last 1 year? It's close to 1,000 crore. Yeah? While we are standing here with around approximately 768 members, those many members had created historical 968 crore of business in the last 12 months' time. So, ladies and gentlemen, BNI is an opportunity. BNI is an effective mechanism to grow your business. Majority of us are doing it, so let's take it to the next level. Our mission is to build up that 1,000 crore-patis in our system. Are you with me? Okay, I can only see a few hands gone up. Is that tired of clapping for Vidhaji? Okay, so in that case, are you with me? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's also welcome every position holder in this particular region. So they are making it this particular size and this particular effectiveness and efficiency. I clap for all the position holders. What happens is that when a member joins, he comes up with, हम कैसे बोलते हैं इतना? Correct? Givers gain. Think about this. If we can measure givers gain in them, this may be for the members. But then the position holders, they go this way. They put their extra time and effort to build up every chapter. Run your business. So sincerely, I congratulate and I welcome every position holder to this event. And who you speak maximum about once you are doing one-to-one? LT, correct? Okay? Think about those people. They are relentlessly putting. When you put 6 hours, into the system for building up your chapter and your business, they put double that time to ensure that your chapter runs smoothly. You have a good atmosphere in the chapter, which we call it as culture. And also, they ensure that, okay, every person gets a piece of that business which is happening in the chapter. So can we hear for our LT while I am welcoming them? So before I go further, I wish to hear which chapter has the maximum energy today morning. Can I call out chapter's name and can you give me a hoot back? Okay, so let me call the first chapter. Amigos. Okay, so can I hear from Impetus? I believe that somebody would do it certainly better. Can I hear it for Impulse? Madness in the room, huh? That's good. Okay, can I hear it for Iconic? Okay, so guys, let me move on. Can I hear it for Stella? वहाँ पे एक बंदा है जिसकी आवाज़ सबसे भारी है, करेक्ट? Anyway, माइक के बगैर ट्रेनिंग देता वो. Can I hear it from Kinetic? You know, this particular chapter, Kinetic has a very peculiar thing. They registered 100% for this event. Yeah, amazing, correct? 100% of Kinetic team are in this particular room. Not in the room, maybe in the hotel. Okay? Can I hear for the Rohini chapters? Opulence. They are busy in the exhibition, correct? Okay? Can I hear it for Elixir? Can we everybody hoot for them? Elixir? Yes. That's the spirit of BNI, correct? And then can I hear it for Phantom? Fantastic Phantom, can be better, okay. So let's move to Dwarka, or otherwise Aerocity. Nexus. What about Beyond? Awesome. Okay, let's go to Jamuna Par, correct? In the sense, हम लोग Jamuna Par ही है उनके लिए. Is that right, correct? And अभी यमुना थोड़ा बढ़ गया, तो कुछ लोगों को आना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो गया. But anyway, however, can we hear it for Dynamo? बच्चे हैं, correct? नए हैं. Can we hear it for Game Changers? Awesome. Okay. Now comes to our, what you call our base, wherein that we build up this particular region from. Can we hear it for Logic? Okay. Guys, do you know what we are doing in TAP? We are building up our own personal branding. Is that right? Every person, around approximately 800 plus people are trapped into this particular hotel. I'm saying trapped. We are not going to let them go anywhere. For the next 24 hours time, they have to do networking with you. What kind of a personal branding you are building up in them, and that's a memory they carry about you. We say about visibility. Visibility is nothing but how people will remember you. Okay, can we hear for Uno? Okay, I want somebody to impress me now, you know, because I work with them for the last 8 years. They are the first baby of our region. I believe that they will be in this particular room. Can I hear it from Prolific? Yeah! Okay, thank you guys. I welcome all the chapters with their LT into this particular room. Amazing. We have, did I miss a chapter? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can I hear it from Triumph? Awesome. You are the winners, yeah? Certainly yes. Okay. So with that, guys, let's move on. Every chapter, every leadership, every person, they work under very, very vigilant eyes of few people. Can we have the director support of our region to stand, please? Can we have them rising, please? Okay, guys, welcome to the team. You guys are amazing community builders. you are making a difference to your community and to other businesses. Thank you for doing what you are doing. Now the heroes, correct? The director consultants. Can I have them standing, please? They were here with the lighting of the land. Majority of them are outside doing the responsibilities. You know, guys, when somebody asks me, Sunil, what is your favorite core value? I said that accountability. They asked me that why accountability is your favorite core value. I said that I am blessed to have my DCs who keep me on the toes and push me to do better than whatever I did in the last minute. So can we hear for our DCs? I must congratulate and thank, you know, my right hand, my backup, and my beautiful family. Can I have Adira and Shini to raise, please? Okay. Love you guys. And then thank you. Thank you for being my back. You know, guys, I went on the reverse order. So I wish to acknowledge the presence and the contribution of Dr. G.P. Rao, my mentor, my well-wisher, and he's the mainstay of our region. Sir, welcome to TAP. And we have our guest of honor, Dwarkanath ji here. He is former chairman of GlaxoSmithKline, and then he had actually accepted our invitation. I am standing between you guys and the knowledge he is going to empower us with. Before I close that, I wish to thank Hayat. Is anybody from Hayat there? I may not need a manager, but I need the people who stand with us every time. Can we hear for Hayat? And the entire event team, and the entire technical team, and the camera team are sponsors. The most important part to pull out such a large event are sponsors. I welcome them to the room and being a part of the TAP, our partners, and all the people who is supporting this event. I sincerely welcome you to TAP, and let's declare TAP is open. TAP के परे 1000 प्लस में मिलते हैं, करेक्ट? हम अभी तक ग्रोथ की कोशिश करी है. मैंने ना अपनी LTR टीम में when we are meeting the leaders, we said about something. अगर पिछले 8 साल हमने अगर ग्रोथ के लिए इन्वेस्ट करा, can we invest for business dominance next year? Hello? If you had grown something, can we actually display that power and authority into the community and you be the leader of dominance? Are we in for that? So 23-24, before the next edition of any of our large event comes out, so we will be dominating in our own space. Is that okay? Is that a commitment? It's a yes or a yes? Thank you.
Quite an interactive
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Kindly keep the same tempo because I am at a disadvantage. Being a golfer, I am at a handicap. I am following an excellent dance performance. So it's very difficult to keep the momentum and the energy levels high. So please bear with me. At the outset, I wish to thank BNI, especially Mr. Sunilji, and my dear friend Dr. G.P. Rao, whom I consider as a king of networking. And this is what the BNI is all about. So, for the wonderful introduction given by this young lady, I just want to introduce myself once again. Spare me for 1 minute. I have not changed my name. I have not changed my profession. I am P. Dwarkanath. I continue to work in the corporate for more than 53 years, but my company's name has changed 5 times. Are you getting me? Shall I repeat it? I have not changed my name, I have not changed my profession, but my company's name has changed 5 times in 41 years I have spent in GlaxoSmithKline. Whether you call the Horlicks Limited, you call HMM Limited, you call the SmithKline Beecham, you call GlaxoSmithKline, ultimately when I was the chairman of the company, we sold our nutritional business, which is Horlicks and Boost, to Unilever. Now I get my pension benefits from Hindustan Unilever. So why do you think this has happened? Can I just be interactive? You're all great business professionals. It's a great organization, really. It's an honor to be here today. I didn't realize how big you are until I was told by Dr. G.P. Rao yesterday night. I had the benefit of being a panel member in one of our discussions many years ago. But the point is, it's an amazing to see such a strong networking business leader sitting here from different walks of life, I think, which is important. So from your business perspective, why do you think the name of the company has changed 5 times? Any guesses? Due to mergers and acquisitions. Every time, fortunately, I survived. Every time when there's a merger, you will have only one director, you will have one CEO, or you will have one MD. But I was very lucky, if I say. God has been kind. And I think I could survive. I have to say this is a very important point from your perspective, through my relationships and through my networking. It is not something I've manipulated, I've done, but I think when you build good relationships, regardless of the position and the titles you hold, that will help you a lot. Networking is not done with only an agenda of gaining something. Networking is done which will build relationships which take you to a different stage. So that is my story, if I have to say. But here, I need to compliment BNI for taking this people power. My area of address will be how important the people power in driving the business and also in terms of leadership. Let me just start quoting one important and a very powerful quotation. Take away my money, take away my buildings, take away my brands, but leave my people. I will deliver another company in next 10 years. Who said this? I am not saying it. This is a quote from Richard Dupree, who was the president of Procter & Gamble. And this statement was made in 1945, post-Second World War. I repeat, 1945. We are in 2023. Basically, after 78 years, this statement holds good and so powerful and impactful even today, merely because he talked about the people. He talked about the people. Brands are important. You are in business. Your brands are important. Money is important. Your buildings, factories, warehouses, everything is important. But what is important today is the people's power. When you have the right kind of people, he will said, I will deliver another company in next 10 years. That is why P&G is such a great company, both for profits and for people and for purpose. That's what is important in the current environment in which you operate. This is the outside in view, which makes your people the best talent for it. He said 10 years at the time. The only difference today is it happens in 2 to 3 years. This is where the agility and the speed has taken over. Otherwise, that statement, which was so impactful and powerful in 1945, still holds good. The second, I just want to assure you and reinforce you how important when you're talking about the business, networking, you are expressing some gratitudes, building relationships, acknowledging contributions. But I think it's important that we need to also understand the world is changing fast, especially COVID has taught us many things. We moved away from VUCA world to Bani world, but without getting into those details, I just want to bring shift in the mindset. Profits are important. If anybody says profits are not important, he is in a fool's paradise. Profits are important, but what is the paradigm shift has happened in last few years? Profits with purpose. That is the change in the mindset. Second, hierarchies. Earlier we have titles, positions, ranks being in the corporate or informally in the businesses which you operate, but that has shifted to networks. It is important that you have the networks and clusters. Even in the corporate world, it is not just in the business world. When you are an entrepreneur, you are doing it. It's important to have. Third, it is no longer, we used to hide many things under the word privacy, confidentiality. Today, it is transparency. Whether you do business, whether as an entrepreneur or as a corporate, or in any world which you operate, whether it's an NGO, you need to have the transparency. So now the important aspect which has been said, leadership. You are all leaders. One thing we need to be clear, leader doesn't mean who holds the position of a CEO or a MD or a president. Leaders at all levels. You as an entrepreneur, you are all leaders in your own right. So this is what I've been asked to address. I just want to make storytelling as an aspect to deliver my talk in next 20 minutes. I started my career as a management trainee from this city. I come from Hyderabad. I had the option to pursue my career as a professional tennis player, but I've chosen to join corporate, my father being in the judge in the judicial service. We didn't want to take the chance of going in those days because the future was not certain. Perhaps I didn't have the courage what you had today. So I've said, one of the things, what is leadership? Leadership is nothing but coping with change. You have to change with the times. That's why I said, my company's name has changed 5 times. This is the change which we need to embrace. Sometimes you can predict, sometimes you can't predict. COVID was not predicted. We came, we embraced it, we moved on, and we have done ourselves well as far as our country is concerned. So when I joined, one of the things I want to say, when I say motivate and inspire, you say, what are you saying? Why do you come and say all this? What does it mean? I just want to illustrate with my own experience. I joined management trainee of DCM. We were interviewed finally by Dr. Charatram and Dr. Bharatram. Some of you from Delhi, or most of you are Delhi, you will be aware of it. At that time, it was the 3rd biggest company in India in terms of market cap and so on. As a trainee, he gave the confirmation letter. This is very important. He said to me, Dwarka, your luck starts now. I said, I looked at him. I am confirming you, but I am giving a tough assignment. You need to go to Lucknow and spend 6 months to complete this deal. Is to deal with the wholesalers, distributors of Usha fans, sewing machines, and so on. we have some challenges, I want to take you. He said, your luck starts now, because he was sending me to Lucknow. You know why I'm saying today, after how many years, 50 years later, I am recalling that words. What I want to convey here is, from this anecdote, motivation and inspiring your people to achieve your vision in the business doesn't mean that you need to reward them with increments, salary, bonuses. Right word at the right time will motivate and inspire the people to deliver the best to achieve your vision. So this is the one example I can never forget. The second thing which I want to say, what GSK has taught me, what DCM has taught me, I've only worked for basically 2 companies before retirement, then I worked with Max Group for 14 years. One of the things they said, what do you see when you are hiring a person? From the Richard Dupree, it is very important, you need to have right kind of people in the right places. Identifying the talent and placing them in the right places is very important. I just want to give one instance. There are 5 key requisites what my organizations have taught us. 1, if you want to do business or you want to serve in a corporate, its principles are same. Number 1, street smart. When I say street smart, it's not chalu, street smart, organizationally savvy. I just want to give my own anecdote. When I was posted in Calcutta after my management trainee, I went to Calcutta. At that time, Calcutta was very much in hot waters in terms of labor troubles and all that. I was in the factory. I used to sit in the corporate office of the factory. My boss used to sit inside. I used to sit outside. And every day during the lunchtime, the workmen used to come along with a thali and used to go to the manager's room and used to shout the quality of the food is not good. So I was watching for 1 week, and then one day my boss, who is from Rajasthan, from Marwar region, but he spent all his life in Calcutta, so he said, you come and sit, but observe me, but don't talk anything. I think it's important. You shadow me. Today we call shadowing, but don't talk. I went inside, I sat, I observed they used to come and shout, and then they go back. So after 5 days, he asked me, what did you observe? I think, I said, sir, when they come and shout like you are a manager, you should also give it back to them. But why you are absorbing them? Next. So they speak to you in Bengali, but you speak to them in Hindi. You speak such a proficient Bengali, you can speak to them very well. He said, I think, let me answer you. I think it's very important. When somebody is in an agitated mood, for good or bad reasons, you need to absorb it and then talk to them in a manner which them feel to calm down. Number 2, your second observation is very valid. I had done it intentionally by not speaking in Bengali but in Hindi. The reason being, the moment I started speaking in Hindi, the flow of their anger will come down because they are not fluent in speaking in Hindi. They are used to speak Bengalis. Pardon me, unless you are there, they are not fluent. They can understand. They can't talk. When you're talking in such an angry mode, if you start speaking in the other language, which they are understanding, but they can't give it back, their tempers will come down. Then after the tempers have come down, he used to call later and he used to talk to them in Bengali with the few key leaders. The lessons I learned was, when somebody is agitated or in a mob fury, you calm it down, you don't react, you absorb. And when you want to convey a good message to them, want to talk to them, touch their hearts, you talk to the language which they can understand. The same principles would apply in the business when you're doing it. Each customer is different, each trader is different. This is the important in terms of savvy. I just want to go one step of what is the learning for me. I became the employee relations manager of Horlicks based in Delhi. I was looking after many plants, which one of them is a Punjab plant in Nabha. So there used to be wage negotiations. I used to go. They are very tough mass negotiations. So when in the final, when I go, I am from Hyderabad, though I lived all the time in Delhi. I can understand Punjabi, but I can't speak. I never used to speak to them in Punjabi because they used to talk in Punjabi very aggressively. I used to speak in English with them. The moment you start speaking in English with them, there are only one or two people who can give it back. The tempers used to come, then you used to talk to them in the language which they understand, whether Punjabi or Hindi, then they were agreeable. So these are some of the lessons, which you learn equally applicable to the business, whether you do small or big. Sometimes when you're talking to some of the entrepreneurs or startup companies, they say, sir, this is all applicable to the corporate. These principles are not applicable to the businesses. But my strong urge and request to you is same principles would apply either in business, trade, commerce, or in corporate. There is no difference. After all, ultimately, we are dealing with a key asset, which is your people. So that is the first learning. Second, what we said is care for people. I think, it's very easy to say care for people. COVID has taught us many things. What do you mean by care for people? I just want to tell you, care for people doesn't mean that you need to be benevolent, try to give to your employees what they want, but there's no profits, there's no business. I think you need to balance it. Care for people, I just want to give you one instance. Even in companies, big companies, in company where I worked for 40 years, we have to tell one of the senior person in the factory that he has outlived your utility, he has worked and contributed, but his time has come, he needs to part ways. But we want to give him the good compensation. So when we had the dialogue, what is more important? You can convey any tough message in business, but while conveying the business, show respect and dignity to other person, don't demean him. Even if you said somebody is not contributing, you can get rid of him, but you deal it with respect. So when I told him, he accepted. I think this is very important for me. Then he said to me, everything is fine. He said 3 months after that we'll pay compensation. You have 2 more years, we'll pay it. He said, thank you. I understand the reason. I have only one request. Instead of 3 months, can you make it 6 months? But don't give me more, adjust from my compensation. My British colleague who was with me was saying, no, these are the rules. I said, we'll deal with this. We will not pay more. I said, let us figure out why you want it. He said, my daughter is getting married after 3 months. And in a small place, I hold a very senior position. If I am not in a position at that time, it will be seen as a social stigma. So I don't want to be in that. So please give me more time, but don't give me compensation for that. Adjust it from the final, which we agreed. Can you believe that has carried such a goodwill? For ages, it talks about how good this company was. This is what I call the compassion, what you do it. So when you are dealing with people in business, every business, you can't keep encouraging people if they are performing well, but if you treat them with respect and dignity and deal with them appropriately with compassion, you can always get over it. The third bit which I want to say about is, sense of humor. We talk about sense of humor, what is this? One thing I've learned, I just want to ask you one question if you can. Happiness brings success or success brings happiness? Sorry? Happiness brings success or success brings happiness? Okay, if you say happiness brings success, I totally agree. But unfortunately, the myth people say is, I have done well, so I'm happy. It is the other way. So I think, when you say sense of humor, it is not said for the sake of saying it. If you've seen in the COVID, how many people were suffering lack of social interactions. They are doing everything in the digital or video, but it is very important that you have the connect and networking, which was lacking, and sense of humor brings a lot of joy and happiness. Joy is the strength of a person. So the third point, which is said, you need to be street smart, sense of humor, care for people. The fourth and another important aspect is teamwork, which is very relevant for you in the BNI. You know, when you're talking about it, is the networking, teamwork and all. The greatest example for teamwork is if you've seen the Chak De film. What is it? Nobody can succeed as a solo. If you work together, there is a famous saying, if you want to run fast, go alone. If you want to run far, go together. Can I repeat it? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So ultimately in a business, if you want to succeed, it is not 100 meters dash, you finished it and the business is over. It's an ongoing and continuous. It is therefore important that you need to go together. This is where teamwork is important. If you talk about sports, as far as India is concerned, the challenge we face is people are good as individuals or solos other than cricket, maybe sometimes little bit in hockey or in a doubles. We win Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and few medals in Olympics only in individual events. Singles, at the most doubles, wrestling, shooting, whatever it is, javelin throw, is all individual events, but we are not good at the team events. If you want to succeed as a team, it's very important. For instance, GSK, which is a pharmaceutical company, where we have to bring many people together to find one drug discovery. 10,000 people work. Everybody will not get credit, but you need to have a teamwork. That is why the saying goes, we don't want Nobel laureates, but we wanted team players. So team working, team collaboration is the most important aspect in life. So the high levels of energy, the last bit, is very important. If you don't have energy, you are a joy of leadership is when you can improve the productivity, bring happiness to you, to your work, and to yourself. I think I appreciated Sunilji when he said he acknowledged his family. I think I just want to say, when you're doing business, sometimes we focus on business, we focus on our partners, we focus on our trade, but we tend to disregard the family business. So my urge to you, if you want to get joy of happiness, if you want to motivate and drive your people to achieve the vision, it is very important you don't neglect your family. I just want to ask you one question. How many of you know that what is your favorite dish of your wife? Do you know what is the favorite dish of your spouse, especially gents? Very few. Can I quote my own instance? I was married in 1970, okay? 1997, it's very important, 27 years later, I was having lunch with my wife and my son, who came from engineering. He was about 20 years. So we were having dinner. We were having lunch. Then I was nibbling the food. So my son looked at me twice. He said, "Dad, what happened? You are not eating food." I said, "I find too many tomatoes in the dish." Don't talk about current tomato price, but I'm saying about 97, okay? So too many tomatoes. Then, he looked at me and said, I've asked mother, she was cooking, I asked my mother to put tomatoes. He said, "Why, do you like it?" "No." "Don't you know Mama likes tomatoes?" "Because you don't like tomatoes, she doesn't put. Today I asked her to put." What does it mean? It means care for people doesn't end care for your partners, employees, business, trade partners, but also to your family. Sometimes we tend to neglect family at the cost of all other businesses. Business is important, profits are important, but at the same time, if you don't take the well-being of not only your partners and colleagues, but also in the process, your important partner, be it a lady or a gent, your spouse and family, if you don't take care of it, I don't think you will have the joy of leadership at some stage. This sounds very simple, but it's very difficult to deal with this. Please, I would strongly urge, reflect on this, how good we are in dealing with the people. I'm really touched when he said, I acknowledge the presence of the family. It is not a question of acknowledging. Very few people would do. It has to start from the top, tone at the top. You as the leaders, unless you start doing it, it will not go. It is not that you have become, in an organization or a business, you become a very welfare-oriented, philanthropic at the cost of the business. You can run the business very well by doing it. How? I just want to give these motivations to employees will not come because you are just giving money or titles. They are important, but I'm saying more than that. I just want to give an instance. It sounds very simple today. In 1984, in Punjab, after the Blue Star, on that day there was a curfew. It's a round-the-clock operations in the company. So, we said we are closing, there is a curfew, the other shift cannot come. You know what employees said? We will work in shifts. We will reduce the production. We will work in shifts. We don't want to go. We want to continue the company. So this will not come merely because you give an incentive, you give a bonus. You build that relationships or harnessing their talent and encouraging and developing them. They will become your best friends when you are in need of the crisis. It is not that when you are crisis, Tyro, nobody will stay because you never treated me well or you are not given the due respect and dignity. That is where it makes a difference between a good employer and a great employer. When I say employers, you're all employers. But I think, this is the subtle difference which you make. What I call a psychic income. It is not money. Everything is not position. There is a personal influence and credibility. For instance, you see, my relationship with Dr. G.P. Rao goes back more than 3 decades. We don't hold any formal positions and relationships. But I think, when he says something, I ask him or he asks me, there is a purpose behind it. Otherwise, you will not ask. I think respecting others' views and treating them as your own will make a difference. So GSK, this depends on the culture, what Mr. Sunil has said. The way we live, the way we deal with people, that is the culture of any organization. I just want to make one more suggestion and leave it there. When you said culture, I don't want to get into theoretical or physical. Retention of people, it's a change. I want to give this instance because, please forgive me. Way back, many years ago, I used to go to London. I was asked with my wife to come to London on a Friday, which is very unusual because the business starts on Monday to Friday. I reached Friday evening and I settled in the hotel. There was an envelope. Please don't take it as a brown envelope. There was an envelope handed over to me by London colleague saying, Dwarka, this is the envelope. Please look into it. I've seen it. There are 2 seats for Wimbledon Centre Court for next day for me to my wife to attend. Why did they call me on a Friday evening? I was cursing. There's no business. Because I was completing 25 years in the company and I used to play a lot of tennis. So they want to acknowledge it by giving it. I think, what I'm saying is, please don't get me wrong. It is a GSK, it's a multinational, top 10 companies in the world. They can afford to do it. I am not suggesting you should send everybody to Wimbledon or Lord's or something. What I'm trying to give a message is, small things, if you do it well, I think it can have a very impact. This is what I call psychic income. Do you think I would have left this organization? My wife wouldn't have allowed me to leave the organization. Because he said, what sort of a company? These are the things, which are visible. You can do it on your own way. You don't have to do it in that fashion. But I think the message, communication should be absolutely transparent, clear. We are doing with a purpose. We are working together. The last bit, which is important, is what GSK has taught me. We are all committed and contributing. It is not the one person ultimately contributes to the success of the business. It is the combined effort, regardless of the position. The contributions can vary, right from the top to bottom, but everybody is important. Sometimes we tend to forget the solid citizens, those people who have been working with us for long years, very committed and loyal, but we do not take care of them because we think they will not go anywhere. But people who are some talented few people, you need to have a talent, you need to drive them, but not at the cost of making your company vulnerable, because the talented people may leave you. Then you need to depend on the solid citizens, those who contribute to the company significantly, but who may not have a leadership roles. So I think you need to get that diversity, equity, inclusion. When I say diversity, which was not the case earlier in the businesses, but it's important. It's a business imperative today to keep well-being and happiness of the people, coupled with diversity, equity, inclusion, and belongingness. Bring the sense of belongingness, bring the sense of pride. Because unless you bring that diverse people, diversity need not be gender diversity, it could be young and old. You should have the ability to manage multi-generation workforce, digitalization, technology, and you should be able to handle with different. Sometimes we suffer from A-squared syndrome. If you think you are elder, if you think you hold a higher position, you know everything. In the world, it doesn't happen. At what time Bill Gates founded Microsoft? What age? Anybody? Any guess? Did what age Bill Gates established Microsoft? Any guess? 30? 20? At what age Mark Zuckerberg invented Facebook? 19. 19 years. You see, who is Warren Buffett? What is his current age? Above 90. Okay, so you see these syndromes. It need not be everything can be, you can be young, you can be old, as long as you're relevant, you add value to the business, you do profits with purpose, you be transparent, and you believe in networks rather than hierarchy, and you empower people. There is no command and control. That is the style of business is happening. It's very easy to say, it's difficult to implement. Walk the talk. Execution is important, but walk the talk. Tone at the top, it makes the difference. The last one, sometimes you need to take a tough calls in the business. I have no issues. I'll just take last 2 minutes. I think what is important. I just want to tell you my anecdote. When I used to, as a young person, I want to repeat the word young person, I used to be very tough with the workmen. If they absent more time as per the rules, I used to terminate them. There's a lot of furor. I used to worry about it. Once, my father was a judge, and I used to have a meal with him every day. I was very worried. So my father asked me, why you worried? I said, whether I'm doing the right thing or not by sacking people. As long as you follow the process, you've been fair and you're given opportunities, you have to perform your duty. So I said, fine. Next day morning, I see my father is given a life sentence or a death sentence to somebody, but I see in the paper, but there was no change in feelings in the night when I had a dinner with him. What did he said to me? The same thing. This is the karma and this is the seva, you do it. As long as you do dutifully with all the process, and you be fair to the process and to the people. But treat them with respect, treat them with dignity. That will make the difference between a great leader and an average leader. So I can keep talking about it, but I just want to leave a message. If you don't keep scoring, you are just practicing. You need to have achieved the targets, numbers, but please remember the vision, the purpose is very important. If I can say, I just want to, what Sony did to Kodak, Apple did to Sony. What is it in today's business, unless you are aware what is happening outside in view, don't just look only into the business, you need to see the ecosystem in which you operate. For example, we coined an acronym called PRIEST. Be aware of PRIEST. Political ramifications, for example, Ukrainian war or trade ban on China, for example. Regulatory one, Supreme Court said a couple of years back that you can't sell liquor or bars very close to a highway, which has impacted many people and businesses. Economic, whether it could be exchange rate or interest hikes or demonetization, and environmental issues like we had a COVID and all. Social issues, sometimes, some dams are not good for the people. It can impact a lot of livelihoods. So, or what happened to the plant in Vedanta plants in Tuticorin. Last but not the least, technology. Digitalization technology. That is where what Sony did to Kodak, Apple did to Sony. Please, it means, so what is a Sony? Sony is an entertainment company. What is Kodak? Kodak is a camera photographic company. How are they competing with each other? It is because of technology. What is Apple? Apple has invented this iPod and all that. It's an IT company. How they're competing? So in business, whom you consider as a competitor may not be competitor tomorrow, someone else. Unless you understand technology is changing, or PRIEST, I said PREWST, very important. In the end, ultimately, I wanted you to embrace cash. Cash, knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. Habits are very important. We talk about knowledge, we talk about the attitude. Hire for attitude, train for aptitude. But most important thing is, habits play an important role which we may not be aware, but please maintain those habits, coming on office in time, meeting the deadlines, honor the commitments. These are some of the, you may say, attitude is much beyond this. It is the habit, raising early or doing something else, or meditation. So some of the habits are very good. So whatever you chooses, you do it. So unless you embrace the cash, K-A-S-H, you will not be able to really move forward. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. I just want to say leadership is important. Change is constant. Outside in view is very important. You need to be compassionate to your people, respect them, but at the same time, profits with purpose. What happened to Kodak, what happened to, Reebok, they are the pioneers. What happened to Motorola, who invented the phones? What happened to Nokia, who has invented smartphones? They lacked innovation. They lacked that. They lacked that inertia, or they become complacent. I think don't become complacent. Don't lack inertia. Try to be creative, innovative. Innovation or creation doesn't mean that you do big transformation things. Small things with purpose will make you to a different thing. So one of the sentences I said, please, humility is very important. Have the syndrome of learn it all and not know it all. Nobody knows everything. You have to be learning agility. That makes you, BNI, and everyone a very progressive organization. I wish you all the best in your endeavors, and thank you for your patience hearing. While concluding, I want to say there are 4 kinds of people: people who watch things happening, people whom to things happen, people who do not know what's happening, but distinguished minority are those who make things happen. I wish you are one of those distinguished minority. Thank you very much.
So we request you to please stay with us for like a couple of minutes. Over here in BNI, we always say, Athithi Devo Bhava. And implying with this line, I would like to invite Mr. Sunil K. to please join us here in the stage to felicitate our guest of honor. Then one more time, I request you all to please put your hands together for the same. We also have Mr. G.P. Rao joining us. Can we all please put our hands together one more time? We would also present a small memento, a small token of thanks on behalf of the entire BNI. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this occasion, this event with your presence, by taking out your precious time from your busy schedule. एक बार फिर से दिल से आभार व्यक्त करते हुए आप सभी की जोरदार तालियां. Those were the words of wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. One more time on the behalf of entire family of BNI here. With this, ladies and gentlemen, now it's the time to open something really interesting for you. We all know that we have an amazing exhibition area, right? So that area is now awaiting for you. I'll even request Mr. P. Dwarkanath, sir, to join us at the exhibition area and to inaugurate the same with the ribbon cutting and visiting the stalls. Over here, the entire BNI family, before you leave, a special announcement for you all. We request you all to be back by 12:25 as we have the awards after that. And also, an amazing panel discussion which is like a must listen for each and every budding entrepreneur here. That's going to be excelling as entrepreneurs. Also, I request you, जितने भी exhibitors हैं यहाँ पे, जितने भी BNI के members हैं, जिनकी stalls हैं, पहले वो लोग जाएं. उनके बाद मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी हमारे डिग्नेटरीज से और उनके बाद मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी सारे BNI मेंबर्स से. आई रिक्वेस्ट यू प्लीज इस चीज को फॉलो करें तो बाहर कोई क्योस क्रिएट नहीं होगा. एग्जिबिटर्स जितने हैं पहले वो लोग जाएं, उसके बाद हमारे डिग्नेटरीज एंड जस्ट आफ्टर दैट ऑल द BNI मेंबर्स. Also, a special announcement for all the BNI members here. The buyer-seller meet and speed networking is going to start by 12 sharp. Buyer-seller meet and speed networking is going to start by 12 sharp. और मैं एक बार फिर से आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ, please be back here by 12:25 as we have some really amazing awards here to recognize you all. And also an amazing panel discussion excelling as entrepreneurs. See you all there. Thank you.
BNI बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और इस वक्त हम मौजूद है हयात रेजिडेंसी में और ये तस्वीरें अपने आप में दिखाने के लिए काफ़ी है कि बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ BNI अपने आप में तैयार है और ये मंच पूरी तरीके से सज चुका है। जो कार्यक्रम में पहुंचे बिजनेसमैन है और अभी राष्ट्रगान के लिए बिजनेस का महाकुंभ BNI दिल्ली में शुरू हो चुका है और यहाँ पर सारे बिजनेसमैन टैब 23 के लिए बैठे हुए हैं और ये कार्यक्रम आज से 2 दिनों तक राजधानी दिल्ली में चलेगा। और हयात की ये तस्वीरें आप देख रहे हैं जहाँ पर टैब 23 5 सालों के बाद हो रहा है। कितना एक्साइटमेंट है 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23।
बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर द फ्यूचर बिजनेसेस।
कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23?
दिस विल रॉक दिल्ली।
5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से वो दिन आ गया टैब 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ।
बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है बिजनेस के लिए।
साफ तौर पे बिजनेस के लिए सबसे बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म टैब 23 बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ राजधानी दिल्ली में होने जा रहा है। कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23?
ये बहुत अच्छा इवेंट होगा। कुछ ना कुछ हमें मिलेगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ लीड्स एंड रेफरेंस।
एक्साइटमेंट कितना है? आप भी इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं, BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं, एक्साइटमेंट कितना है? BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं आप भी, एक्साइटमेंट कितना है टैब 23 को लेकर के?
बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है क्योंकि पूरे दिल्ली रीजन से लोग आ रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट दिल्ली रीजन में पूरे इंडिया से लोग आ रहे हैं। सो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग बहुत सी नेटवर्किंग होगी हमारी इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिजनेस एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ नेटवर्क।
पूरे इंडिया से लोग आ रहे हैं और जो एक्साइटमेंट लेवल है वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ही ज़्यादा है। और उसके बाद अब ये कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ हो रही है। आप तस्वीरें देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो लोग हैं यहाँ पर पहुंचे हुए हैं और 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23 यानी कि ये बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हो रही है। 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23 एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
बहुत ज़्यादा है। इनफैक्ट मेरे लिए तो पहली बार है, मैं पहले वाले में नहीं था, सो बहुत अच्छा है एक्सपीरियंस। बाकी तो देखते हैं। थैंक यू।
कोविड के बाद एक बार फिर से टैब 23 एक्साइटमेंट लेवल कितना है? क्या कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा? बिजनेस की बातें
BNI का जो पर्पस है नेटवर्किंग के लिए, कोविड में वो एक तरह से रुक गया था, बट उसके बाद से BNI ने जबरदस्त वापसी की है और नेटवर्किंग का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा है। और हमें बहुत खुशी है कि आज ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ओवर इंडिया से मेंबर्स यहाँ जुड़ेंगे और एक तरह का महाकुंभ जो इस फंक्शन को कहा जा रहा है बड़े ही सक्सेसफुल तरीके से ये पूरा होगा।
साफ तौर पे एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा है। जो लोग यहाँ पर बैठे हैं, जो बिजनेसमैन बैठे हैं और आप मंच की यदि तस्वीरें देखेंगे तो जो भी BNI से जुड़े मेंबर हैं वो वहाँ पर अब पहुँच चुके हैं और उसके बाद इस इवेंट का जो शुरुआत है वो अब होने जा रही है। कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है टैब 23 जब बिजनेसेस को सेटबैक लगा और अब कोविड के बाद 5 साल के बाद फिर से टैब 23। टैब 23 5 साल के बाद एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
वेरी ग्रेट एक्साइटमेंट।
और सीधे अब मंच की ओर आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि अब दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हो रही है। दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ इस टैब 23 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से राजधानी दिल्ली के हयात रेजेंसी में आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से टैब 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ। तस्वीरें अपने आप में दिखाने के लिए काफ़ी है कि किस तरीके से जो टैब 23 है वो बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है और उसकी शुरुआत राजधानी दिल्ली में हो चुकी है। दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ जो बिजनेसमैन हैं वो यहाँ पर पहुँच गए हैं और बिजनेसेस की बातें होगी। जो लोग यहाँ पर हैं वो बिजनेसेस की बातें करेंगे, आइडियाज़ जो है वो शेयर होगा, आइडियोलॉजी शेयर होगी और इस पूरे बिजनेस में ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट है और ये लगातार तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं। BNI बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं हयात एजेंसी में और ये तस्वीरें अपने आप में दिखाने के लिए काफ़ी है कि बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ BNI अपने आप में तैयार है और ये मंच पूरी तरीके से सज चुका है। जो कार्यक्रम में पहुंचे बिजनेसमैन हैं और अभी राष्ट्रगान के लिए बिजनेस का महाकुंभ BNI दिल्ली में शुरू हो चुका है और यहाँ पर सारे बिजनेसमैन टैप 23 के लिए बैठे हुए हैं और ये कार्यक्रम आज से 2 दिनों तक राजधानी दिल्ली में चलेगा। और हयात की ये तस्वीरें आप देख रहे हैं जहाँ पर टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद हो रहा है। कितना एक्साइटमेंट है 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23।
बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर द फ्यूचर बिजनेसेस।
कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23?
दिस विल रॉक दिल्ली।
5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से वो दिन आ गया टैप 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ।
बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है बिजनेस के लिए।
साफ तौर पे बिजनेस के लिए सबसे बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म 23 बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ राजधानी दिल्ली में होने जा रहा है। कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23?
ये बहुत अच्छा इवेंट होगा और कुछ ना कुछ बेटर हमें मिलेगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ लीड्स एंड रेफरेंस।
एक्साइटमेंट कितना है? आप भी इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं, BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं, एक्साइटमेंट कितना है? BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं आप भी, एक्साइटमेंट कितना है टैप 23 को लेकर के?
बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है क्योंकि पूरे दिल्ली रीजन से लोग आ रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट दिल्ली रीजन, पूरे इंडिया से लोग आ रहे हैं। सो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग बहुत सी नेटवर्किंग होगी हमारी इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिजनेस एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ नेटवर्क।
पूरे इंडिया से लोग आ रहे हैं और जो एक्साइटमेंट लेवल है वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ही ज़्यादा है। और उसके बाद अब ये कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ हो रही है। आप तस्वीरें देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो लोग हैं यहाँ पर पहुंचे हुए हैं और 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23 यानी कि ये बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हुई। 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23, एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
बहुत ज़्यादा है। इनफैक्ट मेरे लिए तो पहली बार है, मैं पहले वाले में नहीं था, सो बहुत अच्छा है एक्सपीरियंस। बाकी तो देखते हैं। थैंक यू।
कोविड के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23 एक्साइटमेंट लेवल कितना है? क्या कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा? बिजनेस की बातें
BNI का जो पर्पस है नेटवर्किंग के लिए, कोविड में वो एक तरह से रुक गया था, बट उसके बाद से BNI ने जबरदस्त वापसी की है और नेटवर्किंग का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा है। और हमें बहुत खुशी है कि आज ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ओवर इंडिया से मेंबर्स यहाँ जुड़ेंगे और एक तरह का महाकुंभ जो इस फंक्शन को कहा जा रहा है बड़े ही सक्सेसफुल तरीके से ये पूरा होगा।
साफ तौर पे एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा, बिजनेसमैन बैठे हैं और आप मंच की यदि तस्वीरें देखेंगे तो जो भी BNI से जुड़े मेंबर हैं वो वहाँ पर अब पहुँच चुके हैं। और उसके बाद इस इवेंट का जो शुरुआत है वो अब एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 जब बिजनेसेस को सेटबैक लगा और अब कोविड के बाद 5 साल के बाद फिर से टैप 23।
What you say? What you are asking? What you are asking?
टैप 23 5 साल के बाद एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
Very great, great excitement.
और सीधे अब मंच की ओर आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि अब दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हो रही है। दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ इस टैप 23 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से राजधानी दिल्ली के हयात एजेंसी में आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से टैप 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ। तस्वीरें अपने आप में दिखाने के लिए काफ़ी है कि किस तरीके से जो टैप 23 है वो बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है और उसकी शुरुआत राजधानी दिल्ली में हो चुकी है। दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ जो बिजनेसमैन हैं वो यहाँ पर पहुँच गए हैं और बिजनेसेस की बातें होगी। जो लोग यहाँ पर हैं वो बिजनेसेस की बातें करेंगे, आइडियाज़ जो है वो शेयर होगा, आइडियोलॉजी शेयर होगी और इस
all set to begin with the awards now. One more time, that's a request to everyone who's standing at the back. We request you all to please settle down. That's a humble request to each one of you standing at the back. We request you all to please settle down so that we can take these proceedings forward. BNI family, people at the back, we request your cooperation. Request you all to please settle down quickly so that we can take this forward. Okay, so welcome you all back. Once again, a very warm welcome to each one of you. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking this forward with the awards now. I mean, we all have gathered here to reward you, to recognize you for your best of efforts, and we're going to do the same in a beautiful manner. To take this forward, one more time, may I please invite on stage a BNI family member, a dear friend. Put your hands together and join me in welcoming Ruchi Gopal.
All right. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I may request all our wonderful people, all our BNI family members, all our guests to please settle down as soon as possible because now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to appreciate, let's have the moment of appreciation for all the people who have outperformed in their respective chapters. So it's a very, very privileged time for each one of us. And I may request this particular time to the best performers of our chapter in last 12 months. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, the heroes of our chapter who are givers and builders of this great community. To give away the maximum referral award, let me welcome our very dear, our wonderful personality, the very humble man, Mr. Niket Saxena, sir, to please be on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for him. And also, our sweetest, our very hardworking, Mr. Biju Joseph, to please be on stage to facilitate the award along with Mr. Niket Saxena. Round of applause for him as well, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Biju sir is not here, so let's have our wonderful Senior Director Consultant, Mr. D.S. Mehta on stage. Round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. अच्छा ये शोर ये सीटियाँ निकेश सर के लिए भी ना एक सीटी निकेश सर के लिए भी प्लीज क्या बात है and now ladies and gentlemen let's start the award. If by any chance any member is not here, I may request the respective presidents of the chapter or any person from the LT to please be on stage on their behalf to receive the awards. And Biju sir, please be here to facilitate the award. Please round of applause for Biju sir now. All right, so now let's start the award ceremony with maximum referrals given in chapter Amigos. And any guesses? Let's have a round of applause and I appreciate the contribution of Mr. Himanshu Kapoor to give the maximum awards from Amigos chapter. Hey, Mr. Himanshu Kapoor to please be on stage. And by any chance, if he is not here right now, LT of Amigos. Blessy is coming. All right, round of applause for Blessy, everybody. So Blessy is going to take on the behalf of Mr. Himanshu Kapoor. बहुत बहुत बधाई, Mr. Himanshu Kapoor. Wonderful contribution, ladies and gentlemen. The maximum referrals given in last 12 months from Amigos chapter. Heartiest congratulations. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the maximum referrals given from chapter Beyond. And now let's have a round of applause for none other than Neha Sharma. बहुत बहुत बधाई नेहा. What a beautiful smile she's coming with on stage. So I can see how much of gratitude moment this is for you. Heartiest congratulations for the gorgeous, the very talented, the very hardworking Neha Sharma. And now let's have the maximum referrals given from Elixir. And the award goes to, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mr. Lokesh Goyal from Elixir. बहुत बहुत बधाई सर, बहुत बहुत बधाई. Another moment of proud. So we generally come forward whenever we give maximum referral in the chapter, and now it's time to come right in front of the entire region. So it's next level of gratification moment. Heartiest congratulations, Mr. Goyal. And now let's have our next awardee for maximum referral from Phantom. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mr. Vipul Agarwal. Let's have the next chapter in the list. Ladies and gentlemen, for the game changers, the maximum referral award goes to Dr. Alkesh Gupta. Soda Dali. Yes, congratulations. And now it's time for the iconic contribution from iconic chapter for the maximum referral given by Mr. कौन? Mr. कमल कुमार. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे. बहुत बहुत बधाई सर, बहुत बहुत बधाई. Wonderful contribution, Mr. Kamal. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now it's time for impetus, ladies and gentlemen. The maximum referral. देखो एनर्जी आना स्टार्ट हो गई है. Let's have Meenu Jain on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together. बहुत बहुत बधाई मैम, बहुत बहुत बधाई. The very hard-working lady on stage. And now, thank you so much, ma'am. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the maximum referral given from Impulse. So, ladies and gentlemen, any guesses? Let's have a moment from Mr. Sandeep Soni on stage. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the maximum referral given from Chapter Logic. And the award goes to, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shikha Luthra. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे everybody. Heartiest congratulations. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are having the maximum referral from Nexus. And now let's have a moment from Naman Sethi ji. Please put your hands together, everybody. Many, many congratulations to you.
For the new father, dedicating this award to the new member of his family, Naman Sethi.
Wow, what a wonderful luck that kid has come with, isn't it? Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, बहुत बहुत बधाई. Let's have the next award for the maximum referral from Opulence. And the award goes to Mr. Harish Mittal. Many, many congratulations to Mr. Harish Mittal. proud moment for not just the chapter, the entire region. All this wonderful personality has given the maximum referral and followed the givers gain policy. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's have the chapter prolific awardee to please be on stage for the maximum referral. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Pritesh Anand. It always gives so much energy, not just the member who's taking the award, to the entire chapter, to the LT, to the directors, and everybody is so happy. So now let's have the maximum referral from Stellars on stage, and the award goes to Mr. Ankit Kapoor. Many congratulations, Mr. Ankit Kapoor. The moment of gratification on stage with a lot of smiles. So even if the member is not here with us, the energy, the appreciation with us, his photo, his picture is with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the maximum referral from the chapter Triumph, and the award goes to Sangam Arora. बहुत बहुत बधाई, जोरदार तालियां everybody. All right, so Mr. Sanjay Doshi is coming on stage, who's also our title sponsor. Please give a round of applause to him, ladies and gentlemen. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And last but definitely not the least, the maximum referral given from chapter Uno. Any guesses? Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the moment for Dr. Amit Mehta. Zordar taaliyan. Everybody, so now we are done with the category maximum referrals given. So can we please have 3 cheers for all these wonderful contributors? Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! And thank you so much to Biju, Niket sir, for being here and be part of the grand moment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the next segment of awards with us for giving away the maximum closed business. This is the amazing category. Another grand and great and wonderful example of giver's gain. So let's have our directors, Meenu Jain, the director consultant, Jagmeet Kaur, director consultant, to please be on stage. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे दोनों ही beautiful and very very hard working ladies का. जोरदार तालियां everybody. ये जोरदार तालियां थी. अनिल सर, आप सीटी बजा के सबकी एनर्जी बढ़ा दीजिए प्लीज. हाँ, ये हुई ना बात. थैंक यू सो मच. वेल नाउ, 2 ladies to give away the award, to appreciate, to contribute towards the great moment of giving the maximum closed business from the respective chapters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with Amigos. The award goes to सुनील मोहिकुंद्रू. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे. बहुत बहुत बधाई सर. What a great contribution you have given in your chapter, the maximum closed business in last 12 months. Heartiest congratulations to you. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now let's have Elixir. Maximum closed business from the member, Mr. Gaurav Hasija. Heartiest congratulations to Mr. Hasija. And now let's have the Phantom Chapter Maximum Closed Business by Mr. Vipul Agarwal. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now for the Game Changers Maximum Closed Business Award goes to Mr. Ranjan Mill. Many congratulations to you. बहुत बहुत बधाई Mr. Ranjan. And now ladies and gentlemen, let's have maximum closed business from the chapter Iconic. And the award goes to Mr. Rohit Khandelwal. So now, ladies and gentlemen, Maximum Closed Business Award from the chapter Impetus goes to Mr. Himanshu Bansal. Zordar taaliyan, everybody. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the maximum business given from chapter Impulse. किसको? The award goes to Mr. Yogesh Garg. बहुत बहुत बधाई. Wonderful, everybody. Wonderful. It is not the moment for the member. It is for the entire chapter, ladies and gentlemen. Because at the end of the day, business to aap hi ko mila hai. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the maximum closed business from the chapter Kinetic. And the award goes to Mr. Bhupesh Singhal. Many congratulations, sir. What a beautiful smile he's coming up with. So we can actually see how much gratitude and pride it gives when you become the biggest giver of the chapter. बहुत बहुत बधाई सर. Now let's have the Maximum Close Business Award from the Chapter Logic, and the award goes to Mr. Praveen Kumar. Zordar taaliyan, everybody. बहुत बहुत बधाई. The moment of gratification for the entire chapter. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And now let's have the next award for Maximum Close Business for the Chapter Nexus, and the award goes to Mr. Somil Mahajan. Zordar ताली के साथ स्वागत करें. Now let's have the Maximum Close Business from Chapter Opulence, and the award goes to Rahul Mangla. बहुत बहुत बधाई. All right, so now let's have the Maximum Close Business given from Chapter Prolific, and the award goes to Mr. Rohit Puri. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Maximum Close Business from Stellars goes to Mr. Sumit Nair. बहुत बहुत बधाई. And the Maximum Close Business from Triumph goes to Karan Nijavan. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. And now last, again definitely not the least, the Maximum Close Business from Chapter Uno goes to Mr. Amit Pandey. Thank you so much to the gorgeous lady Meenu ma'am, Jagmeet ma'am, thank you so much. And now, very quickly, let's have the next segment of awards on stage. For the Maximum Visitor Awards, I may request Mr. Alok Agarwal, the Director Consultant, and Mr. Namit Vadhwa, the Director Consultant, to please be on stage. Mr. Alok Agarwal, Mr. Namit Vadhwa, Mr. D.S. Mehta, to please be on stage. For the Maximum Visitor from Amigos, let's have Mr. Rahul Jain. Mr. Sunil K is here to facilitate the award. Please put your hands together. Mr. Rahul Jain from Chapter Amigos. From Beyond, we have Neha Sharma. Taaliyan bajti rahengi, everybody. From Chapter Elixir, let's have Mr. Shailendra Arora. From Chapter Game Changers, let's have Mr. Anil Jain. बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत बधाई. From chapter iconic, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the maximum visitors by Mr. Varun Maini. बहुत बहुत बधाई. From chapter iconic, let's have Mr. Mukesh Pandey. From chapter impulse, let's have Mr. Pavan Goyal on stage. बहुत बहुत बधाई सर, बहुत बहुत बधाई. Super. Please come, sir. Please come. What a special moment for each one of us. From chapter kinetic, let's have Mr. Bhupesh Singhal. Many, many congratulations. And now from chapter logic, let's have Mr. Puneet Gupta. Heartiest congratulations. And from chapter Nexus, let's have Ritu Bhatia. Many, many congratulations. And now from chapter Prolific, for the maximum visitor, let's have Mr. Kunal Vadva. बहुत बहुत बधाई. From chapter Stellars, let's have Jaspreet Arora. Super. बहुत बहुत बधाई. From chapter Triumph, let's have maximum visitor award for Sangam Arora. And for the chapter Uno, the maximum visitor award goes to Dr. Harshita Surang. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for adding a lot of energy in this segment. Thank you so much to all the respected directors for being part of facilitating ceremony. Thank you so much, DSS. Thank you so much, Sunil sir. And now let's have a very exciting next segment on stage. So we all are going to know what's coming up. So let me invite my friend Priyanka to please announce the next segment of the event. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे.
Thank you, Richi. With this, first of all, many, many congratulations to all the winners out here. And I request each one of you, एक बार सभी winners के लिए जोरदार तालियां. अरे यहाँ तो पैसे भी उड़ा दिए गए हैं. Loving it, yeah. Okay. So once again, heartiest congratulations to each one of you. With this, guys, now we need silence. Because ab waqt hai to talk about business again. Are we ready for the same? Yes or no? Shall we do some business talks? You ready for the same? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a really, really important panel discussion which is about excelling as entrepreneurs. And for the same, may I please request each one of you to avoid any hindrance. We request you all to please settle down. जो जहां मौजूद है वो please वहीं बैठ जाए. We request you all to please avoid any kind of a hindrance. Okay. So now to moderate this session, may I please invite on stage one more time our Senior Area Director and of course a proud BNI member. Please welcome on stage with your round of applause, Dr. G.P. Rao. I was expecting a louder round of applause from you guys. Dr. G.P. Rao is qualified in law, commerce, public administration, social work and business management. I would like to invite our panelists now. So our first speaker here in the panel discussion, please welcome on stage Mr. Amandeep, founder, Sherpa in Chief. He's a professional with 3 decades of experience with the last 17 years spent in the leadership position in HR, corporate affairs, managing P&L as CEO, corporate development and as managing director. With him, I'll even request Mr. Tanuj Agarwal, founder partner of the Sherpas. Can we all please put our hands together to welcome all the panelists here? He's a professional with 25 years of experience with varied industries as Group CEO and CXO of billion-dollar diversified groups of strategy and international business. I'll even request Mr. Utkarsh Joshi, founder, unotumblr.com. Utkarsh Joshi is a startup expert with 20 plus years of operational, investing and advisory roles across high growth startups and boutique investment companies. With this, we're all set to begin with this panel discussion. And I would like to hand it over to Dr. G.P. Rao.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of you. We'll have an interesting panel discussion. I would request all those who are on the borderline to come in. Those who are outside, I can't force you, but those who are on the borderline, please come in. We'll discuss 3 important things on your behalf. One is, somebody is successful as a leader or a manager. How to be successful as an entrepreneur. Number 2, we all need money. How do you get money in a company? How do you get investments? How do you get a VC to come and invest in our company? The third part, many companies fail, they start as a startup and they fail. We will find out from our esteemed panelists why organizations fail and how do we prevent the failures. I will start with your first question. What are those specific qualities a person should have to succeed as an entrepreneur as compared to an employee or a professional in a company? We will start with this question. I will start with the youngest member. No, I think both are young. Both are young. I think we'll start with you, Tanuj. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. I think for a leader, it is very important to first differentiate between an employee and an entrepreneur. As a leader, how do you differentiate yourself? Employee also is a leader, but entrepreneur has a different leadership skills. How he differentiate in a way that how he thinks, how he believes in the idea what he is running, and how he is creating a journey towards that idea. I think that is very important. Second important aspect is how important or what kind of importance he is giving to his time, right? Aman, why don't you add?
Yeah, any of you want to add, Utkarsh or Aman?
Yeah. So, a couple of things actually, right? I think one of the things that at least I have seen whenever I have interacted with, and by the way, this is a great gathering of founders, right? So I think this is something that, I will not have to kind of, stress too much on that, but it's basically entrepreneurs are rebels by nature. They're always going against the tide, right? I mean, when you're working for a large corporate, then there are certain rules and processes that are already laid out. But as an entrepreneur leader, right, you have to make those rules as you go along, right? And as something that kind of, that comes kind of, with rigor, with experience, with practice, right? it is something that kind of adds on to, your own skills as you take this dive into entrepreneurship.
That's a great point. Aman, you want to add anything on the qualities of a person to be a successful entrepreneur?
So the first and foremost quality is be positive. And the moment I entered this arena, I saw positivity and high level of energy amongst all the people I got introduced by GP. So the first thing which I saw in this hall was a very high level of energy, very high level of positivity. Once you are in that environment, so are you surrounded by people, who have a positive outlook towards life, or I call them as the priests of doomsday. People are always looking around them and finding that this is a gloomy environment. Okay, so as a leader, as an entrepreneur, you have to exhibit and radiate positivity. And I think once you're in a network like BNI, that's probably either you were positive, that's why you joined BNI, or you got the rub of impact to a level that I don't see anybody which lacks positivity in this group. So that's my...
Thank you so much. Actually, for your information, Aman became a CEO at the age of 42, 43. Tanuj became a CEO at the age of 37, 38. Utkarsh became a CEO at the age of 28, 29. They are all working in different companies. Today they are entrepreneurs.
Sir, one addition, GP sir, one addition. After that, nobody made me a CEO, so I started my own company.
Okay. Now, my second question, which is of interest to all of you, is how do you get these investors to come and invest? He runs a company called Uno Tumbler. And for the last 8 years, he has been advising companies to reach out to the VC funds and get the investments. I think if you can give 1 or 2 tips, that will be great, Utkarsh. Then we'll ask the others.
Sure. So, I think nowadays, funding, raising money, investment, these are all hot topics, right? Everybody kind of talks about these at this point in time. Most important, whenever, as a business, you are planning to raise money, you are planning to go out, right? Most important first is to understand why we need that money, right? It's very important. There are 2 key things for which usually, VCs and investors are okay, handing over, writing your check for you. Is one, either you are, looking to raise capital for something which takes a lot of time to develop, right? Something which is, let's say, for example, deep tech, आप कुछ AI में कुछ बना रहे हो, या फिर you are building out something which is not readily available in the market, right? Those are the kind of things that VCs and external investors get excited about, right? The other thing is you figured most of the things out, and you are saying कि यार मेरे को ये rocket ship में fuel चाहिए, which will take me and you also, to the moon, right? So these are the 2 key things that usually VCs look at, right? So I think like I said, first thing important is to identify why you want to raise money. The second thing to identify is the people that you are reaching out to, right? Whether they are the right backers or investors for you, right? So I'll give you an example. I used to manage this fund where, GP sir, and a lot of other senior guys were investors. And this was a fund which was focused on the HR ecosystem, okay? The HR tech ecosystem. And when we were raising money, when I was raising money for the fund, right, the people that I reached out to were people like GP sir. People who would understand, what is the vision that, we are bringing to the table. People who will understand, that what is the change that we are trying to bring in the HR ecosystem, right? And, that kind of, really got us going. It was one of the secret sauces, by the way, for our success as well, because we reached out to highly relevant people. So whenever we used to reach out to them, they used to say, "Acha, theek hai, we understand this space. We understand what you're really trying to do," right? These are the value that, we are kind of, trying to add to the whole ecosystem and all, right? So 2 things, right? And then the third thing, which is important, is in case you don't kind of, you get a rejection as, as an entrepreneur who's looking to raise money, don't get disheartened. On the other side of the table also, there are people who are actually running their business. So it's important for you to kind of, also understand there will be a particular reason why people are kind of, saying no to you, right? So yeah, these are the 3 key things.
Thank you for very good tips how to attract an investor. You want to add anything, Tanuj and Aman?
I I think the most important thing is how do you sell your idea? What kind of a groundwork you have done to sell that idea? And what is the value addition it is doing to the community and to the investor? That's a very brief kind of.
Aman?
So in my personal capacity, I have been an investor in the startup ecosystem. The first thing I looked at, as he said, is the idea. The second is equally important, probably more important, is people invest on entrepreneurs. They don't necessarily invest only on the idea. How committed you are to the idea. The third thing, a single person run startup will never be able to attract investment from a VC fund.
Okay.
Simple reason is, if this guy, sorry for saying that strong word, drops dead, loses his energy midway, do I have somebody else also to ride on? So if you want to raise capital ever in your business, ensure that you have an equally committed and passionate partner with you, at least one. You see any company which has attracted investments from the VC funds, at least 2, typically 3 founding partners are there in the fund.
Thank you. It's very lucky to see an investor sitting here, an investment consultant sitting there, a strategy consultant center. Money is available. Where to put money, the advice is available. How to use that money is available in one panel. My last question on your behalf is, many companies start up, take funding, make efforts, but somewhere they fail. And India holds a record of maximum number of failures in the startups. So how do we prevent those failures? That's my question. We'll start with Aman and then we'll add up from the others. Aman.
So in my view, a failed entrepreneur is an asset. Because if you fail once, the chances of you succeeding next time are better. If you fail second time, the chances of you succeeding third time is certainly significantly better. What are the kind of entrepreneurs I have seen failing? The first category, superman or woman. All those people who are supermen, they fail. Why? Because they don't seek support. The moment you think that you know it all, that's the second short reason of failure. And typically we have seen people pitching that we have a solution and I know everything about the solution. That means you have stopped innovating, you have stopped learning. The third thing which you have seen is early success is a short for failure. Because I believe nothing fails like success. All of us grew up with the idiom, nothing succeeds like success. I believe nothing fails like success. Because the moment you have early success, you tend to believe that you know it all. Right? So, supermen fail, people who know it all fail, and the third thing which people fail is those who have plan B. Those people fail who have plan B. Those who don't have a plan B, that's the only plan. And then they burn the bridges. That's the only plan. I'll either make
very
it or
interesting,
die with it.
very interesting tip. If you have a plan B, you are likely to fail in plan A. Wonderful.
GP,
So just to add on to that, right? As they say, ideas are dime a dozen, right? It is the execution which wins the day for you, okay? And I think, taking up a point which, Aman sir just had, mentioned a few moments back, it's about the team. As a founder, as a promoter, right? If you are unable to attract the right kind of team, and it's not only about attracting the right kind of team, it's about getting the best out of them as well. It is about retaining them as well, right? And it is about giving them those opportunities to say कि हाँ यार ये लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े रहे हैं, and we continue to grow and all. So without a team, right, this journey is very difficult, right? So I think, one of the key reasons why a lot of startups shut down is because they don't hire the right kind of people in the beginning as well, right? Some people work with other people and say कि यार हम लोग ऑफिस में एक साथ सही काम करते थे, ये स्टार्टअप में आएगा तो यहाँ पे भी सही काम करेंगे. Rarely happens, right? That drive of a startup environment, that drive of kind of working in a zone where you are actually making up the rules as you go along, right, is very different.
Okay. Before I go to the audience for any question, I will take one more tip from Aman. One more.
Yeah. So, 1 or 2 points more, GP. One is that if everyone around you is telling that you're doing a great job, get out of that group. That means you've outgrown that group. You know, you're doing a great job. There's no critic around you. They are saying, Mr. So-and-so, you are so good, you are doing so well. That means either people are feeding into your ego. Typically, I have seen with small, with entrepreneurs at the beginning of the career, they have one or two people who have grown up with them. They keep telling the boss, you are great. Thus, get out of that group of people, everybody around you telling you are great. There's nobody to challenge you. Another thing is, some people stop just one step short of success. You give up when the success is around the corner, right? And obviously people are equally important to say, pull the plug. Don't stay invested too long in an idea. What I have seen in a couple of cases, success was just around the corner. The entrepreneur just couldn't sustain it beyond that. So that means the ecosystem around the person wasn't strong enough to hold on to him. So these are a couple of things.
Thank you. Any question from the audience before we conclude? Anybody from the audience has any question? Yes, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity given. I'm Ashwini Agarwal. I'm a cost and management accountant by profession as such. I'm Ashwini Agarwal, cost and management accountant as such. And I try to do something for the startups. My basic query is how a startup relates to the networking things. Because earlier, the first thing which happens is the idea. And the second or third thing becomes the investors. Now, many a times it happens that the investor is such a person who is very dominating kind of person because of the brand value or because of the amount he is investing into the company. So what are the things he should seek before getting into that frame where he gets exploited as such and doesn't sell out himself, the idea as such? And second thing is the networking, how it helps because while going through the journey, I'm trying to find out how a startup can take the help of networking an organization like us. Thank you.
Utkarsh, you want to take this?
Yeah, I want to take that. So I'll answer the first question first around investors being dominating and all, right? I think just to answer that question, they are coming from a position of strength. You are going to them and asking them कि यार हमको पैसे दे दो, right? And they are saying कि नहीं, I have this power to kind of say no and do. So I think it's a perception. That's number one. Second, investor community, right, and people who belong to the investor community will definitely identify with this. Huge FOMO, fear of missing out, huge. They just don't show it, right? But if an idea is good, right, if there is an opportunity for them to kind of get onto a rocket ship in the early stages, right, and if they miss out. If you go to a lot of these large funds, actually, right, I don't remember which ones now have it. They actually have an anti-portfolio list on their website. Just check it out. So an anti-portfolio list is actually a list of startups that reached out to them, but they did not invest in them. And great big examples, huh? Great big companies, big tech companies and all. I'm forgetting the name of the companies and all, right? So I think investors, like I said, earlier as well, I think it's important to understand the nature of the beast, so to speak, right? And to the second question which you had around networking, right? I think nowadays, because of social media, because of LinkedIn, because of a lot of, these investors and, the analysts and all being freely available on Twitter and LinkedIn, right? It has become a lot easier to actually reach out to investors at this point in time, right? I know going through that route of, putting your pitch deck on their website and, you don't get an answer for them and all. But the reason for that is very simple, because these are small teams typically, right? So a company, a fund which is like doing around say a 300 and 350 crore fund, right? They will have a team of 6 to 7 people. And they will get around 1,000 ideas, in 2 months' time, 3 months' time, right? So it takes time for them to sift through. So the best way to actually reach out to anybody in the investment community is via reference, right? So suppose you know me, right? You reach out to me, and I'm not I'm not saying take my services or anything, but I'm saying, let's say you know GP sir, right? So you know GP sir, and you ask him saying, sir, mera ek idea hai, do you know the right kind of people? And he puts you in touch with Aman sir, who for example is a potential investor. He will be more, likely to respond to your pitch rather than doing a cold call.
So you are saying referral is the route.
Referral.
And BNI believes in that.
Yes. So I think is very important. It's important to break the clutter, because right now, I think, we're in a good situation where tons of entrepreneurs, tons of ideas, right? Okay. But again, tons of investors.
We'll take one last question. Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm CP Sethi. So I'm a logistician for like 15 years, and now recently I have started my own startup called Blue Wheels. So we are into EV as a fleet service. So we've raised our first round, and the other day my question relates to the investor community. So I was sitting with Ishpreet from Stride, and so we were just discussing about one other venture moving, which just got busted or whatever. So I come from a very conventional background where profitability is obviously a must for us, right? But then, I've got my co-founders who've always been startup founders, and he's headed Coke in India. So there is always a fight between, our teams, that being a CEO, I'm always on the lookout of having an operational efficiencies and, good profitabilities and unit economics to be worked out. But then there is always a pressure from the investor community to scale, fail fast, just go up. So we're just planning to open up 15 cities, but I was wanting that let's complete Delhi NCR first, put some. So we have about 500 vehicles. We wanted to go 2,000, 3,000 first in Delhi NCR. Then let's, but I don't know how the investor community works on it, and why the scale is so much important, seeing all these startups not carrying forward that momentum
Done. Got the question. Now the investor is ready, consultant is ready. Now we'll ask the investor.
So I think first I'll quickly just say, बहुत अच्छा है अगर conflict हो रहा है तो. अगर सारे के सारे स्केल में होते तो अब तक कंपनी बंद हो गई होती. So I think it's very good that the conflict is happening, number one. Second thing that I'd like to kind of say is, see, at the end of the day, if you're the CEO, you're the captain of the ship, okay? You have to drive the business the way that you and your team feel comfortable, right? Once the investor puts in the money, honestly, right, and I'm being very candid here, right, they are at your mercy, right? Yes, they will give you the fuel, you'll need to leverage them, you'll need to figure out कि यार इनको growth के लिए मैं कैसे use करूँ and all, right? But at the end of the day, it is going to be your call. And if you put your foot down and say कि नहीं boss, this is the way that I and my group and my team feels, that's the way to go, I'm 100% sure they will back off, right? 100% sure.
Okay, you want to add anything?
Aman, please.
Yeah. So Mr. Sethi, first of all, you are a rare breed of startups who wants to stay profitable. Don't leave that trait.
Very good.
Investors will love you. The second aspect is there will always be a conflict between growth and profitability. My recommendation, I have seen successful businesses who say, grow profitably. It may be a little longer route. So if you are in the race to create a unicorn in the next 3 years, it's a different route. If you want to create a unicorn which sustains and remains a unicorn or a decacorn, it's a route of profitability only. That's what conventional wisdom says. Current wisdom apne ko malum nahi hai.
So creating value versus creating valuation. They're two very different things.
Creating value
versus creating valuation.
Wonderful. Tanuj, you want to add? Last.
You are the entrepreneur. You have given birth to that idea. So you have to drive it. The way you wanted to drive. Simple.
So one more answer which is common to both of you. You're saying that the investors start dictating terms, etc. I think one thing which as an entrepreneur we miss when we are raising capital, because we are so starved of capital, we don't do a value match. Like in an alliance, in a matrimonial alliance, you look at the beauty of the partner rather than the value match. And that's where the faltering happens. Don't look at the size of check the person is writing. Go behind the curtain and ensure that there is a value match between what you want to achieve and the person has the skin in the game in the same field.
Okay. I am seeing that the lunch is being laid there. So I will want to close it a little earlier than scheduled. One parting tip from each one of them. How do entrepreneurs excel? One tip from each one of you. How can an entrepreneur excel? Like in Dwarka's language, faster and farther.
Well, just one tip, right? I mean, it's a lonely journey, it's a difficult journey, right? And I'm sure many of you are on that journey, right? But I think the most important thing, that I have seen in successful entrepreneurs is they are very resilient, right? They're almost like kids. They'll fall up, they'll get down, they'll get hurt.
Resilience is the key.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll get hurt,
Tanus,
they'll get
yeah.
down.
I'll take this point, resilience.
I
Tanus.
think the best thing could be seek help and ask for a mentor or a coach for the idea.
Seeking help, take a mentor or a coach. First one is resilience. Aman.
The most expensive commodity which you have is your time. Maximize the value of your time, right? That means you will do only those things which nobody else in your ecosystem can do. We normally delegate those things which we can't do. I believe in delegating everything which somebody else in the ecosystem can do, will do only those things which I can do. Because my time is the most precious thing, money is secondary.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the panel discussion today. Thank you very much, Amandeep, Tanuj and Utkarsh. Thank you so much. Over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir. May I please request you all to stay with us for like a couple of minutes? And to felicitate all our panelists and of course our moderator, I would like to request Ms. Shini Sunil to join us. Mr. Sunil K. And we'll also request Ms. Shini to step forward. Can we all please put our hands together to thank each one of them? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us here. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, over here in BNI, we always say that our net worth is our network. So it's time to establish the same. We are breaking for the lunch, but it's not a normal lunch. It's a networking lunch. So for the same, we are breaking here, and I request each one of you to take the best out of this time, have one-on-one interactions, exchange your business cards, and of course, expand your networks. We'll see you here by 3. So I request you all to please be back here by 3 p.m. Thank you.
BNI के सबसे बड़े बिजनेस महाकुंभ में हम पहुंच चुके हैं और आपको अंदर लेकर चलते हैं जहां पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं और एक बार फिर से 5 साल के बाद बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ टैप 23 राजधानी दिल्ली के इस हयात में जहां पर एक से बढ़कर एक बिजनेस की डीलें होंगी और ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होगा। हम अंदर चलेंगे और आपको दिखाएंगे किस तरीके से तैयारियां की गई हैं और किस तरीके से यहाँ पर स्टॉल लगाए गए हैं। और इस वक्त सीधे अंदर टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद ये सबसे बड़ा बिजनेस का महाकुंभ टैप 23, और आपको हम लेके सीधे अंदर चलते हैं जहाँ पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं और यहाँ पर क्या कुछ तैयारियां हो रही है वो हम आपको दिखाएंगे। जब आप अंदर आते हैं तो ये आपको निर्वाण स्टील दिखता है जो कि है BNI टैप 23 के टाइटल स्पॉन्सर, और हमारे साथ संजय दोषी सर भी यहाँ पर मौजूद है, बातचीत करते हैं। और दिल्ली दर्पण TV आपको ये पूरा कार्यक्रम लाइव दिखा रहा है। सर, अब टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद और अब शुरुआत हो गई है।
जी सर, जो हमारी एक्साइटमेंट थी लास्ट 3 महीने के बाद में आज अपने सामने है सारा का सारा, ठीक है। और ये निर्वाण स्टील का काउंटर है। सो मैं हर किसी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आएँ और देखें कि हम किस तरीके से काम करते हैं और किस तरीके से हर किसी की मदद करते हैं अपने साथ में ग्रो होने के लिए।
बीइंग अ टाइटल स्पॉन्सर एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके भी ऊपर थी। लगातार मीटिंग्स में आप जा रहे थे, चाहे कोई भी चैप्टर हो, वो तैयारियां आज यहाँ पर दिख रही है।
सर, बहुत कम टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करी है लोगों ने, ठीक है। मैं रात को 4 बजे तक यहीं पे था और मन लगा के लोगों ने मेहनत करी है और आज हमें रिजल्ट दिख रहा है कि कितना बढ़िया दीपक रंजन ने काम किया है, जो ये सारा ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा है सारा का सारा इवेंट। ऊपर बहुत अच्छा शो चल रहा है, सारे कीनोट स्पीकर्स लाइन वाइज आ रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये वन ऑफ द बेस्ट शो होने वाला है BNI का।
ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट।
हम लोग बायर्स एंड सेलर्स मीट रख रहे हैं। आज हमारा बिल्डिंग इंडिया कॉन्क्लेव है, कल हमारा इंफ्रा कॉन्क्लेव है। बहुत सारे अच्छे बिल्डर्स आ रहे हैं, आर्किटेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं, इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनर्स आ रहे हैं। जैसे मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ कि हर किसी के लिए कुछ ना कुछ हमारे किटी में है। सो आप आएँ और हमारे साथ में बिजनेस का मज़ा लीजिए।
थैंक यू सो मच। तुम्हारे साथ थे संजय दोषी सर, टाइटल स्पॉन्सर है और निर्वाण स्टील के है। और भी आप देखेंगे जब आप अंदर आएंगे तो ये तस्वीरें अपने आप में काफ़ी है कि एक बार फिर से टैप 23 और यहाँ पर सारे जो है स्टॉल्स लगाए जा रहे हैं और सबसे बड़ा ये बायर सेलर मीट आज होने जा रहा है। अंदर तक आप जाएंगे तो आपको सब कुछ दिखेगा किस तरीके से तैयारियां हुई हैं। और विदेशी स्टूडियो बाय अभिषेक गांधी, ये तस्वीरें देखिए, ये स्टॉल पूरी तरीके से सज चुका है। ये अभिषेक गांधी हैं, BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं, इनकी भी स्टॉल यहाँ पर लग चुकी है और अभी भी कई ऐसे स्टॉल हैं जो लगने बाकी हैं। जहाँ तक आप जाएंगे यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा स्टूडियो बाय सौरभ गांधी, ये स्टूडियो भी अपने आप में पूरी तरीके से तैयार है। और टैप 23 के लिए ये पूरे के पूरे जो मेंबर हैं वो यहाँ पर काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हैं। कुछ लोगों से और भी बातचीत करेंगे और उनसे ये जानने की भी कोशिश करेंगे कि कितना एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 को लेकर के, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से लगातार 5 सालों के बाद ये टैप 23 ऑर्गेनाइज हो रहा है और इसमें लोगों के जो है वो अब स्टॉल्स यहाँ पर लग चुके हैं। कुछ और मेंबर हैं हमारे साथ। सर, एक बार फिर से 5 सालों के बाद टैप 23।
Yes, sir. It's a great opportunity for us. This is the first time that I am coming for the TAP, and I think this is my stall, and I think we have a great opportunity. We have builders and everyone whom we are looking for. We are asked for builders and architects, and I think that 1,000+ members are coming, so we'll be receiving our ask that we were asking for.
टैप 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और ऐसे में BNI के प्राउड मेंबर आप भी हैं, आपके भी स्टॉल्स हैं। कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा बिजनेस को?
I think that what we are doing, we'll be receiving more than 50% of our response that we were looking for, and we'll be boosting our business more than double.
थैंक यू सो मच। और भी स्टॉल्स लगे हैं और भी लोग हमारे साथ बातचीत करने हैं। टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ।
Good morning, BNI. It's very good opportunity for all the members and all the people who are doing the exhibition here. So please come, and it's a very good experience for us because we are growing our business and the services. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच। और ये टैप 23 है, बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है और अभी तक कई जैसे जो स्टॉल्स हैं वो लगने अभी बाकी हैं। हालांकि की जो तैयारियां हैं काफ़ी दिनों से चल रही हैं और उसके बाद कुछ स्टॉल्स जो है यहाँ पर लग भी चुका है। बातचीत करेंगे कुछ लोगों से, कितना एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ।
बहुत एक्साइटेड है, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत बड़ी स्केल पे हो रहा है इस बार।
स्टॉल की बात करें तो क्या कुछ खास है, आप क्या दे रहे हैं?
हम सारी कैंडल्स मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, इंडिया के वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट और बेस्ट कैंडल मैन्युफैक्चर है। हमारे पास सॉय वैक्स की कैंडल्स होती है, पैराफिन वैक्स की कैंडल्स होती है, हमारे पास बहुत वाइड रेंज ऑफ कैंडल्स है।
तो यहाँ पे आपको मिलेगा प्रीमियम क्वालिटी का कैंडल्स। और किस तरीके से जो तैयारियाँ थी टैप 23 को लेकर के वो लगातार चल रही थी और 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23, सर कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है, कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा बिजनेस को?
सर अभी शुरुआत है तो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस, बट रियली अभी की जो फीलिंग है उससे तो ऐसा लगता है कि इट इज़ ए ग्रैंड इवेंट एंड इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी ग्रैंड इवेंट। इट्स माय फर्स्ट चांस दैट आई एम अटेंडिंग दिस event because I joined the BNI family last year only, so I am very much excited, and because now we have come online also, so we have dry food for everyone, for the whole family.
ड्राई फ्रूट्स के स्टॉल्स हैं और भी बहुत सारे स्टॉल्स जो है यहाँ पर लगाए गए हैं। गिफ्ट आइटम्स के जो है वो स्टॉल है और अपने आप में जो गिफ्ट स्टोर है उसके भी यहाँ पे स्टॉल लगाए गए हैं। और BNI जिसको लेकर के लंबे अरसे से ये इंतज़ार हो रहा था कि टैप 23 कब होगा, BNI का जो इवेंट है वो कब होगा, लेकिन अब जो है यहाँ पे ये पूरे स्टॉल्स लग चुके हैं। सर कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 को लेकर के 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ?
काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्टेटमेंट है, ऐसे लग रहा है कि बहुत सारे पीपल्स आ रखे हैं अलग अलग कैटेगरी के और एक ही जगह पे सारे प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहे हैं, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है। और मैं तो अभी 2 महीने पहले ही ज्वाइन किया हूँ BNI में, तो मेरा भी खुद स्टॉल लगा हुआ है 20 नंबर में, तो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टेड है।
बीइंग ए प्राउड मेंबर ऑफ BNI, कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है, बिजनेस को कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा ऐसे स्टॉल से?
एनर्जी तो है, बेसिकली एनर्जी काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, हर जगह देखते हैं जैसे एक मोटिवेशन मिलता है BNI नेटवर्क के साथ जुड़ने पे। अभी हम जैसे दे रहे हैं कि एनर्जी फील होती है, जैसे होता है ना बूस्ट करना, इज द बूस्ट।
तो साफ तौर पे जो लोगों में है एक्साइटमेंट है, जो बिजनेसमैन यहाँ पर आए हैं, ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होने वाला है और 5 साल तक लोगों ने इंतज़ार किया था टैप 23 के लिए और एक बार टैप 23 फिर से राजधानी दिल्ली में शुरू हो गया है। हम लगातार आपको ये तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं। BNI के सबसे बड़े बिजनेस महाकुंभ में हम पहुंच चुके हैं और आपको अंदर लेकर चलते हैं जहां पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं और एक बार फिर से 5 साल के बाद बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ टैप 23 राजधानी दिल्ली के इस हयात में, जहां पर एक से बढ़कर एक बिजनेस की डीलें होंगी और ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होगा। हम अंदर चलेंगे और आपको दिखाएंगे किस तरीके से तैयारियां की गई हैं और किस तरीके से यहाँ पर स्टॉल लगाए गए हैं। और इस वक्त सीधे अंदर टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद ये सबसे बड़ा बिजनेस का महाकुंभ टैप 23, और आपको हम लेके सीधे अंदर चलते हैं जहाँ पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं और यहाँ पर क्या कुछ तैयारियाँ हो रही है वो हम आपको दिखाएंगे। जब आप अंदर आते हैं तो ये आपको निर्वाण स्टील दिखता है जो कि है BNI टैप 23 के टाइटल स्पॉन्सर, और हमारे साथ संजय दोषी सर भी यहाँ पर मौजूद है, बातचीत करते हैं। और दिल्ली दर्पण TV आपको ये पूरा कार्यक्रम लाइव दिखा रहा है। सर अब टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद और अब शुरुआत हो गई है।
जी सर, जो हमारी एक्साइटमेंट थी लास्ट 3 महीने के बाद में आज अपने सामने है सारा का सारा, ठीक है। और ये निर्वाण स्टील का काउंटर है, सो मैं हर किसी से रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा कि आएँ और देखें कि हम किस तरीके से काम करते हैं और किस तरीके से हर किसी की मदद करते हैं अपने साथ में ग्रो होने के लिए।
बीइंग अ टाइटल स्पॉन्सर एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके भी ऊपर थी, लगातार मीटिंग्स में आप जा रहे थे, चाहे बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके भी ऊपर थी, लगातार मीटिंग्स में आप जा रहे थे, चाहे कोई भी चैप्टर हो, वो तैयारियाँ आज यहाँ पर दिख रही है।
सर बहुत कम टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करी है लोगों ने, ठीक है। मैं रात को 4 बजे तक यहीं पे था और मन लगा के लोगों ने मेहनत करी है और आज हमें रिजल्ट दिख रहा है कि कितना बढ़िया दीपक रंजन ने काम किया है, जो ये सारा ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा है सारा का सारा इवेंट। ऊपर बहुत अच्छा शो चल रहा है, सारे कीनोट स्पीकर्स लाइन वाइज आ रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये वन ऑफ द बेस्ट शो होने वाला है BNI का।
ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट।
हम लोग बायर्स एंड सेलर्स मीट रख रहे हैं। आज हमारा बिल्डिंग इंडिया कॉन्क्लेव है, कल हमारा इंफ्रा कॉन्क्लेव है। बहुत सारे अच्छे बिल्डर्स आ रहे हैं, आर्किटेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं, इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनर्स आ रहे हैं। जैसे मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ कि हर किसी के लिए कुछ ना कुछ हमारे किटी में है। आप आएँ और हमारे साथ में बिजनेस का मज़ा लीजिए।
थैंक यू सो मच। तुम्हारे साथ थे संजय दोषी सर, टाइटल स्पॉन्सर हैं और निर्माण स्टील के हैं। और भी आप देखेंगे जब आप अंदर आएंगे तो ये तस्वीरें अपने आप में काफ़ी है कि एक बार फिर से टैप 23 और यहाँ पर सारे जो है स्टॉल्स लगाए जा रहे हैं और सबसे बड़ा ये बायर सेलर मीट आज होने जा रहा है। अंदर तक आप जाएंगे तो आपको सब कुछ दिखेगा किस तरीके से तैयारियां हुई हैं। और विदेशी स्टूडियो बाय अभिषेक गांधी, ये तस्वीरें देखिए, ये स्टॉल पूरी तरीके से सज चुका है। ये अभिषेक गांधी हैं, BNI के प्राउड मेंबर हैं, इनकी भी स्टॉल यहाँ पर लग चुकी है। और अभी भी कई ऐसे स्टॉल हैं जो लगने बाकी हैं। जहाँ तक आप जाएंगे यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा स्टूडियो बाय सौरभ गांधी। ये स्टूडियो भी अपने आप में पूरी तरीके से तैयार है। और टैप 23 के लिए ये पूरे के पूरे जो मेंबर हैं वो यहाँ पर काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हैं। कुछ लोगों से और भी बातचीत करेंगे और उनसे ये जानने की भी कोशिश करेंगे कि कितना एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 को लेकर के, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से लगातार 5 सालों के बाद ये टैप 23 ऑर्गेनाइज हो रहा है और इसमें लोगों के जो है वो अब स्टॉल्स यहाँ पर लग चुके हैं। कुछ और मेंबर हैं हमारे साथ। सर, एक बार फिर से 5 सालों के बाद टैप 23।
Yes, sir. It's a great opportunity for us. This is the first time that I am coming for the TAP, and I think this is my stall, and I think we have a great opportunity. We have builders and everyone whom we are looking for. We are asked for builders and architects, and I think that 1,000+ members are coming, so we'll be receiving our ask that we were asking for.
टैप 23 बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ और ऐसे में BNI के प्राउड मेंबर आप भी हैं, आपके भी स्टॉल्स हैं। कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा बिजनेस को?
I think that what we are doing, we'll be receiving more than 50% of our response that we were looking for, and we'll be boosting our business more than double.
थैंक यू सो मच। और भी स्टॉल्स लगे हैं और भी लोग हमारे साथ बातचीत करने हैं। टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ।
Good morning, BNI. It's very good opportunity for all the members and all the people who are doing the exhibition here. So please come, and it's a very good experience for us because we are growing our business and the services. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच। और ये टैप 23 है, बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है और अभी तक कई जैसे जो स्टॉल्स हैं वो लगने अभी बाकी हैं। हालांकि जो तैयारियां हैं काफ़ी दिनों से चल रही हैं और उसके बाद कुछ स्टॉल्स जो है यहाँ पर लग भी चुका है। बातचीत करेंगे कुछ लोगों से। कितना एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ?
बहुत एक्साइटेड है, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत बड़ी स्केल पे हो रहा है इस बार।
स्टॉल की बात करें तो क्या कुछ खास है, आप क्या दे रहे हैं?
हम सारी कैंडल्स मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं। इंडिया के वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट और बेस्ट कैंडल मैन्युफैक्चर है। हमारे पास सॉय वैक्स कैंडल्स होती है, पैराफिन वैक्स की कैंडल्स होती है। हमारे पास बहुत वाइड रेंज ऑफ कैंडल्स है।
तो यहाँ पे आपको मिलेगा प्रीमियम क्वालिटी का कैंडल्स। और किस तरीके से जो तैयारियाँ थी टैप 23 को लेकर के वो लगातार चल रही थी और 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से टैप 23। सर, कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है, कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा बिजनेस को?
सर, अभी शुरुआत है तो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं। लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस, बट रियली अभी की जो फीलिंग है उससे तो ऐसा लगता है कि इट इज़ ए ग्रैंड इवेंट एंड इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी वेरी ग्रैंड इवेंट। इट्स माई फर्स्ट चांस दैट आई एम अटेंडिंग दिस event because I joined the BNI family last year only, so I am very much excited, and because now we have come online also, so we have dry food for everyone, for the whole family.
ड्राई फ्रूट्स के स्टॉल्स हैं और भी बहुत सारे स्टॉल्स जो है यहाँ पर लगाए गए हैं। गिफ्ट आइटम्स के जो है वो स्टॉल है और अपने आप में जो गिफ्ट स्टोर है उसके भी यहाँ पे स्टॉल लगाए गए हैं। और BNI जिसको लेकर के लंबे अरसे से ये इंतज़ार हो रहा था कि टैप 23 कब होगा, BNI का जो इवेंट है वो कब होगा, लेकिन अब जो है यहाँ पे ये पूरे स्टॉल्स लग चुके हैं। सर, कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 को लेकर के 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ?
काफ़ी
काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्टेटमेंट है। ऐसे लग रहा है कि बहुत सारे पीपल्स आ रखे हैं अलग अलग कैटेगरी के, और एक ही जगह पे सारे प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहे हैं, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है। और मैं तो अभी 2 महीने पहले ही ज्वाइन किया हूँ BNI में, तो मेरा भी खुद स्टॉल लगा हुआ है 20 नंबर में, तो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टेड है।
बीइंग ए प्राउड मेंबर ऑफ BNI, कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है, बिजनेस को कितना बूस्ट मिलेगा इस स्टॉल से?
एनर्जी तो है, बेसिकली एनर्जी काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है। हर जगह देखते हैं जैसे एक मोटिवेशन मिलता है BNI नेटवर्क के साथ जुड़ने पे। अभी हम जैसे दे रहे हैं कि एक एनर्जी फील होती है, जैसे होता है ना बूस्ट करना, द बूस्ट।
तो साफ तौर पे जो लोगों में है एक्साइटमेंट है, जो बिजनेसमैन यहाँ पर आए हैं, ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होने वाला है। और 5 साल तक लोगों ने इंतजार किया था टैप 23 के लिए, और एक बार टैप 23 फिर से राजधानी दिल्ली में शुरू हो गया है। हम लगातार आपको ये तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं। BNI के सबसे बड़े बिजनेस महाकुंभ में हम पहुंच चुके हैं और आपको अंदर लेकर चलते हैं जहां पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं। और एक बार फिर से 5 साल के बाद बिजनेस का सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ टैप 23 राजधानी दिल्ली के इस हयात में, जहां पर एक से बढ़कर एक बिजनेस की डीलें होंगी और ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होगा। हम अंदर चलेंगे और आपको दिखाएंगे किस तरीके से तैयारियां की गई हैं और किस तरीके से यहाँ पर स्टॉल लगाए गए हैं। और इस वक्त सीधे अंदर टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद ये सबसे बड़ा बिजनेस का महाकुंभ टैप 23, और आपको हम लेके सीधे अंदर चलते हैं जहाँ पर स्टॉल्स लगाए गए हैं और यहाँ पर क्या कुछ टैप 23 का आज है पहला दिन और 5 साल के बाद, कोविड के बाद ये टैप 23 का महाकुंभ। और ये तस्वीरें आप देख सकते हैं, अपने आप में ये तस्वीरें काफ़ी हैं। 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का महाकुंभ टैप 23। कितना एक्साइटमेंट है सर टैप 23 को लेकर?
बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है।
कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 सालों के बाद टैप 23 बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है, सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट है?
सर अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत है। अब 2 दिन में हम यहाँ 800 लोगों के साथ नेटवर्किंग कर रहे हैं। 800 लोगों से तो नहीं मिल पाएंगे, लेकिन इतना श्योर है 100 से 150 लोगों से हम मिल सकते हैं। और अगर हम 100 लोगों से मिलना चाहें तो हमें न जाने कितने दिन लग जाएंगे, जो काम हम सिर्फ 2 दिन में कर लेंगे।
साफ तौर पे जो 2 दिनों में काम होगा वो काम लंबा होगा। सर लगातार हमारी बात हो रही थी और आज टैप 23 ये महाकुंभ, ये महामेला लग गया है 5 साल के बाद।
ये शुरू हो चुका है एंड इट इज़ अमेजिंग। जैसा सोचा था उससे +1 पे ही हमने स्टार्ट किया है। एंड अभी कीनोट स्पीकर ने फर्स्ट एक सेशन हो चुका है, हमारे ईडी ने सबको एड्रेस किया है। इट इज़ अमेजिंग, इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी अमेजिंग। इससे ये बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। आने वाले टाइम में आप देखिएगा, अगले 2 दिन में आप देखिएगा बहुत कुछ है अभी अनलॉक करने के लिए। आप
एक्साइटमेंट लेवल जो है, लोग एक दूसरे से मिल रहे हैं, बिजनेसेस की बातें हो रही है। अगर नीचे स्टॉल की बात करें तो हाउसफुल चल रहा है सब कुछ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। अब तक मेरे हिसाब से 1000 रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुकी हैं। जितने लोग आ चुके हैं, काफ़ी लोग ऊपर हैं, काफ़ी लोग नीचे एग्जीबिशन हॉल में हैं। काफ़ी बिजनेसेस एक्सचेंज हो रहे हैं सिंस मॉर्निंग, सिंस 10 o'clock। अभी शुरू भी नहीं हुआ था तब भी लोगों का बिजनेस एक्सचेंज होना शुरू हो गया। इट विल गोइंग टू बी अमेजिंग फॉर बिजनेसमैन। अच्छा बिजनेस एक्सचेंज होगा अगले 2 दिन में।
और क्या कुछ अंदर जब टैप आता है तो पिटारा क्या खुलेगा? और
अभी बहुत कुछ है, बहुत कुछ है, आप देखते जाइए। पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त।
साफ तौर पे कुणाल सर हमारे साथ थे और हमारी बातें जो है वो लगातार हो रही थी। और भी कुछ लोग हैं। टैप 23 फिर से 5 साल के बाद जब बिजनेसेस को सेटबैक लगा कोविड में, और फिर अभी कितना एक्साइटमेंट है?
बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है। मेरा फर्स्ट टैप है ये। 2019 में मैंने ज्वाइन करा था तो 2018 में टैप हुआ था। तो कोविड भी देखा है कि जो बिज़नेस का ग्राफ था वो ड्रॉप हुआ, लेकिन इतनी एक्साइटमेंट है, इतना बिज़नेस है यहाँ पे, इतनी नेटवर्किंग अपॉर्चुनिटी है, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
कैसा लग रहा है आकर के टैप पे? आप पहली बार अटेंड कर रहे हैं टैप?
यस, फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम अटेंडिंग दिस।
कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है। इट इज़ अ बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी टू नेटवर्क विद पीपल एंड आई थिंक बिजनेस ग्रो करने का आज के टाइम पे दिस इज़ द बेस्ट वे। मतलब इसको महाकुंभ भी कहा जा रहा है, तो इन द राइट वर्ड्स आई कैन से कि इतने सारे लोग एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे एंड अलॉन्ग विद द मेंटर्स हु आर टेलिंग अस देयर एक्सपीरियंस, वो बहुत ही अच्छी चीज़ है। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा।
सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट है, बीइंग अ प्राउड मेंबर ऑफ BNI, आप कैसे देख रहे हैं इसको?
सर बहुत बढ़िया है। इट्स अ वेरी बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी टू नेटवर्किंग, लाइक देयर आर पीपल्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट फील्ड वेयर वी कैन कनेक्ट। आई मेट अ पर्सन ऑफ हार्डवेयर फील्ड हु कनेक्टेड मी टू अ ऑफसेट प्रिंटर लाइक फ्रॉम माई कैटेगरी, सो देयर इज नो लिंक ऑफ हार्डवेयर एंड पैकेजिंग guy, but he connected me to the offset printer. So this is very big opportunity, like different people, from different fields, people are coming over here and do the networking despite of such a big problem in Delhi. So many people are over here, so excited, so it's a very great opportunity to me.
थैंक यू सो मच। तो हमारे साथ लगातार जो है लोग जुड़ रहे हैं और बातें कर रहे हैं। कितना ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है टैप 23 को लेकर के?
बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है। फर्स्ट टाइम विजिटर है। मैम ज़्यादा बताएंगी।
कोविड के बाद मैम बिजनेसेस को सेटबैक लगा और फिर से टैप 23 सामने।
वेरी मच एक्साइटेड विद टैप, हमारे पुनीत जी प्रेसिडेंट।
कैसा लग रहा है सर टैप 23? मतलब जो तैयारियां चल रही थी और रजिस्ट्रेशन थाउजेंड्स के ऊपर है, विजिटर आ रहे हैं।
इट इज़ एक्चुअली अमेजिंग, इट इज़ एक्चुअली अमेजिंग।
तो खुशियाँ है जो है वो आप देख सकते हैं साफ तौर पे। ये जो टैप 23 है, लगातार जो है बिजनेसेस एक्सचेंज हो रहा है। कैसा लग रहा है सर टैप 23?
This is great. Good to connect with people here. And I guess this is a wonderful opportunity to connect and tell about your business, get to know about others also. This is wonderful event.
कोविड के बाद एक बार फिर से सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ, सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट।
So कोविड में कहीं ना कहीं सभी की लाइफ अस्त व्यस्त हो गई थी, बट अगेन हाँ कई बार ऐसा है कि ऐसी बात नहीं है कोविड में लोगों ने BNI वालों ने कहीं ना कहीं एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट ना किया हो, बिजनेस ना किया हो, बट BNI इज समथिंग के दे हेल्प ईच अदर ऑल्सो। इट्स नॉट अबाउट ओनली दी मतलब business, it is all about the personal lives also. People, I mean, give their time and the all time type of facilities, whatever they have. In the COVID also, now again they are trying to boost each other's business through BNI.
साफ तौर पे जो एक्साइटमेंट है वो लोगों में काफ़ी ज़्यादा है। लोग जो है BNI के टैप 23 को अटेंड कर रहे हैं और लगातार अगर रजिस्ट्रेशन की बात करें तो रजिस्ट्रेशन लगातार जलता जा रहा है। जो रजिस्ट्रेशन है वो लगातार बढ़ता जा रहा है। ये हयात में इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं और लोगों में जो एक्साइटमेंट है वो देखने लायक है। कैसा लग रहा है सर टैप 23? हमारी बात हुई थी जब तैयारियाँ चल रही थी और आज सब कुछ सामने।
सब बढ़िया लग रहा है और अच्छा रिजल्ट आने वाला है।
बिजनेसेस को सेटबैक लगा कोविड में और उसके बाद 5 साल के बाद टैप 23 जहां पर बिजनेसेस एक्सचेंज होंगे, की नोट स्पीकर को बिजनेसमैन सुनेंगे, क्या कुछ रहने वाला है आगे?
कोरोना पीरियड को हम रिकवर करने वाले हैं पूरी तरह से और अच्छा बिजनेस होने वाला है। थैंक यू।
पुनीत है हमारे साथ। पुनीत, कैसा लग रहा है टैप 23? एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
इतनी अच्छी नेटवर्किंग का माहौल यहाँ पे देखने को मिल रहा है। डिफरेंट कैटेगरी से लोग आए हुए हैं। देखो यहाँ पे क्या बेकरी के लोग हैं, कंप्यूटर हार्डवेयर हैं, लेबलिंग के हैं, CCTV वाले, और मैं खुद प्रिंटिंग और ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनिंग कैटेगरी का हूँ। तो बहुत अच्छा एक ऑरा चल रहा है, बहुत अच्छी नेटवर्किंग हो रही है, बस एंजॉय कर रहे हैं। ये हमारे सेक्रेटरी साहब हैं।
तो लोगों में एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा है। 5 साल के बाद फिर से टैप 23 और जैसा सोचा था कि रजिस्ट्रेशन इतनी होगी, सब कुछ हाउसफुल चल रहा है।
नहीं, बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है। हम टैप में सुबह 5 बजे से आए हुए हैं अपने स्टॉल्स के प्रिपरेशंस के लिए। 16 नंबर स्टॉल है मेरा और हम लेबल्स और स्टिकर्स का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हैं, प्रिंटिंग करते हैं। और 16 नंबर स्टॉल पे अगर कोई विजिट करता है तो वहाँ पे हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स की वैरायटीज़ देखने को मिलेगी। काफ़ी एनर्जी है यहाँ पे। ऊपर फर्स्ट फ्लोर और ग्राउंड फ्लोर दोनों खचाखच भरा हुआ है और काफ़ी मज़ा आ रहा है। लोगों से मिल के नेटवर्किंग करके बहुत अच्छे लोग मिले हैं और बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा है।
एक्साइटमेंट कितना है?
एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़बरदस्त है।
फुल ऑन एक्साइटमेंट है, फुल ऑन एक्साइटमेंट है। मैं आइकॉनिक चैप्टर से हूँ, पेस्ट्री शेफ रहा हूँ और बेकॉली के नाम से मेरी बेकरी है पटेल नगर में। सो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी। हम लोगों ने हैदराबाद के लोगों से मिले हैं। सो ओवरऑल एनर्जी इज़ वेरी गुड। वी आर हैप्पी कि हम लोग यहाँ पे आए।
अभिषेक सर हमारे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद है। सर, बातें हमारी पहले भी हुई थी जब प्रिपरेशन चल रहा था और अब टैप 23 हाउसफुल चल रहा है।
बिल्कुल सर, पूरा टोटली हाउसफुल है। काफ़ी अच्छा क्राउड हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे एंड एक्सपेक्टेड है अभी तो और रश बढ़ेगा। सो लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट नाउ।
सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट है, कोविड के बाद हो रहा है। आपकी भी स्टॉल यहाँ पर है, तो कितना ज़्यादा बूस्ट मिलेगा बिजनेसेस को?
सर देखिए, कोविड के बाद ये इवेंट हो रहा है। लास्ट हुआ था कोविड से पहले, उस टाइम पे भी बहुत अच्छा ह्यूज वो था, प्लेटफॉर्म था। इस बार ही बहुत उससे ज़्यादा है क्योंकि क्या है कि जो रुकावट थी वो जा चुकी है एंड मार्केट अब खुल रही है, तो इट्स ओपनिंग फॉर ऑल। तो अब जो है काफ़ी अच्छी एक्सपेक्टेशन है मार्केट से।
थैंक यू सो मच। तो एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत है और जो बिजनेसमैन यहाँ पहुँचे हैं उनमें एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा है। टैप 23 5 सालों के बाद एक बार फिर से हो रहा है जहाँ पर ये सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट होगा। टैप 23 का आज है पहला दिन और 5 साल के बाद कोविड के बाद ये टैप 23 का महाकुंभ, और ये तस्वीरें आप देख सकते हैं। अपने आप में ये तस्वीरें काफ़ी हैं। 5 साल के बाद एक बार फिर से बिजनेस का महाकुंभ टैप 23। कितना एक्साइटमेंट है सर टैप 23 को लेकर?
बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है।
कैसे देख रहे हैं 5 सालों के बाद टैप 23 बिजनेस का ये सबसे बड़ा महाकुंभ है, सबसे बड़ा बायर सेलर मीट है?
सर अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत है। अब 2 दिन में हम यहाँ 800 लोगों के साथ नेटवर्किंग कर रहे हैं। 800 लोगों से तो नहीं मिल पाएंगे, लेकिन इतना श्योर है 100 से 150 लोगों से हम मिल सकते हैं। और अगर हम 100 लोगों से मिलना चाहें तो हमें न जाने कितने दिन लग जाएंगे, जो काम हम सिर्फ 2 दिन में कर लेंगे।
साफ तौर पे जो 2 दिनों में काम होगा वो काम लंबा होगा। सर, लगातार हमारी बात हो रही थी और आज टैप 23 ये महाकुंभ, ये महामेला